Alright. I believe we'll be starting right now. Yo, what's going on, internet? How are you doing today? Cool. Alright. It's pretty warm today, I would say. It's in the late 70s up here in San Jose, California. Yeah. So, just waiting for Aaron and Todd to come on Google Hangouts. So, yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Alright. So, here's something I can do. In the meantime, I can show you my pictures for D&D that I have acquired so far. I have this whole folder here. It's crazy. Yeah, so if you've seen the last 3 videos I've uploaded, you've seen most of these pictures. So I picked out my eagle, Oliver. Need a picture for that. It'll appear in like the next 2 videos? I don't know. We'll see. And then, oh yeah, Clarky sent me the picture of Billy Chumpez, which is it's funny. Billy Chumpez. Alright, I'm back. I had to step away for a second. Okay, so we have Captain Spankles here. Yeah, we have another picture of Billy Chumpez. I believe I photoshopped that one. Where is that? Billy. Huh. I don't know where that went. Probably went in some other folder. Oh, okay. I'm usually the one that calls. Where is it? Oh. The video. Wow, that is loud.
not too much. Todd, you there? Todd! Ankles! Todd! Todd!
Hello?
There you are. Captain Spankles.
The one and only.
The one and only musical Spankles.
Oh, yeah.
Gods. Alright, give me 1 second. Just get all my stuff ready right here. I gotta pull out my sheets.
Since when does God pray to gods?
We gotta ask favors occasionally. Okay.
Favor of the
the
others.
one.
All right.
Okay, that's the one I need. There's my notebook, my sketchbook. Sweet. Let's go get my dice.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I forgot my D&D stuff. I'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
There's the player handbook.
No.
No.
No, you know this handbook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, that reminds me of a time when I was playing Rust with some friends and we're just chasing after these guys for like an hour. Like a whole freaking hour just chasing him doing Consuela.
Hell. What did they do to you to cause that?
What didn't they do to me? We just felt like it. We got freaking bored. We were like, you know what? We're going to chase after some people and just irritate the hell out of them. And we did. And it was glorious.
This sounds like something I would do if I ever got the chance.
Rust is a crazy game. Rust is a crazy game sometimes.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Press.
Yeah.
Sheets.
Where's Billy?
Billy's not playing today.
Oh yeah, I haven't addressed that yet. Apparently, Billy Chumpez, aka Clerkius, was a bit, I don't want to say, like half conscious when he agreed to meeting today.
He blames being tired for his mistakes.
Yeah, even though I threw a timestamp at him, it was like, I don't know, 4 hours, 12 minutes, 55 seconds into the live stream. Was right at the end, and yeah, he gave one yes at the end, but apparently he was like half conscious at the time.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we weren't able to do it tomorrow. So we're gonna be in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'm busy myself tomorrow. I made plans since then.
All the plans, the almighty plans.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be drinking that day.
All right. Got my dice here. Got this up. I got the maps up. Got my sheets, my notes. Everything's up and ready. If you guys are ready, we can begin.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I was thinking about like before Clerkius had to you know, I don't want to say dropped out, but I mean before all that happened, I was thinking we had to either buy another horse or something because we weren't going. I don't want everyone to pile on my pony.
Yeah, that is an idea. If you guys want to invest yourself into a horse, allow me to pull up horse prices real quick.
I picked my pony, by the way. It's I forgot what the name of this. Some northern European pony.
There we go. For if you guys want to get an extra mount, so you have at this place right here, you have a choice of a camel, or camels or ponies. Camels are 50 gold. Ponies are 30 gold if you want them.
I'll just stick with my pony. I don't need another mount.
According to D&D, a camel moves at 50 feet around and can carry 480 pounds, whereas a pony can only move 40 feet around. As a matter of fact, a camel is faster than a horse.
Huh.
logic equals everything.
Okay then.
Yeah, I would think it would carry more than a horse, but yeah, faster? I don't, yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
I don't know about that.
If you guys want to invest in an extra mount, you can. It's up to you. I mean, the camel's only really going to be useful in the desert.
Well,
You could take it into the upper northern lands if you guys ever get up there. You can't.
I've no use for a camel. I'll stick with my Napoleon.
I am the one who's in need of a
Yeah.
horse.
Well, you have a choice. Do you want a horse or do you want a pony? Or a pony or a camel?
What about mini pony?
Mini pony. Get you a Shetland pony.
No, I want camel.
You want a camel? All right. You go to the stables here in town and you tell them I would like to purchase a camel, and they tell you it's 50 gold pieces for a camel.
Ugh.
Do you wish to partake in the purchase of said camel?
Why, yes, I would.
All right. He suits you up with the camel.
Oh shoot.
There are actually, same thing for you as well, Travis, for your mount. There are things you can buy for your mounts if you wish to. While they're here at the stables, they are automatically being fed and all that's being kept up. That's really cheap. If you wish to buy feed for your animal, it's only 5 copper a day. You can also buy like bits and burdles, reins, carriages, carts, chariots, stuff like that.
Huh. Wait, so I need to buy feed for the my pony?
If you guys decide to go out there for more than, let's say, more than like 2 days, you should probably make sure you have food for your mounts.
I was just gonna feed mine the flesh of my enemy.
You can do that too if you want to. That just if it depends if they'll even eat it. They're not carnivores.
I don't know. Have you seen a carnivore before?
Carnivorous camels.
Yes,
Those
they
humps
exist.
are filled with water. Those humps are filled with the blood of the fallen.
I swear I didn't feed it to him.
It'd be something
At
evil
first.
warlord of the desert would be having. And of course, there's different kinds of saddles you guys can buy. There's exotic saddles for exotic animals. There's military grade saddles, pack saddles, riding saddles, bags you can attach on the side of it, sleds, stuff like that.
Is there a reason why we would buy a saddle? Any incentive?
Generally speaking, yeah. Saddles, it allows you to ride longer, far more comfortably, and that's pretty much what it's for. It's just to allow you to ride longer, and it doesn't wear the animal out nearly as much.
Are we currently at a?
You're currently still
marketplace.
in the town you are currently still in the town of Soltol. You guys are at the stables that are just outside the mayor's office, and of course the marketplace is still right there if you guys wish to investigate and buy some stuff.
We also leveled up last time.
Yes, you guys leveled up. Let's go ahead and take care of that
Oh
real
shoot,
quick.
yeah.
So, yep, let me go ahead and pull up the player's handbook. So your health is going to go up by your hit die plus your constitution bonus. So let me go ahead and pull up the player handbook real quick. So we'll start with the Bard. Bard, you're currently level 2. So, there we go, Bard right there. You are going to roll. Where?
A D6.
Yes, right there.
I already done it. It rolled a 5 plus the
Constitution
modifier,
bonus, which is a 1.
which gave me a 6.
Yep. Okay. There you go. You get 6 extra hit points.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at this at level 2. You do get you get access to your 2nd level Bard spells.
Oh.
I am looking at that right now. Or hold on. Sorry. At 2nd level, you get 2 1st level spells.
But by your rules.
No, you get the first. I was looking at the wrong spot. That was my bad. You get the your 2 1st level spells plus your charisma modifier. So 3. So you get 5 first level spells now. So you have access to those. You also get your skill point increase for a bard. It is your. I was just looking at it. Okay, you get your level. You get 6 plus your intelligence modifier. So you get 8 skill points to spend for this level.
I already spent them.
You did? Okay.
My computer is amazing when it comes to this.
Okay, sweet. You don't get any extra things. You do get a +1, an extra to your reflex save and an extra to your will save, which are 3 and 3 now.
All right.
Okay. And now for the cleric, Travis.
Yeah, I'm browsing through the handbook right now.
Yes, your health. You go ahead and roll a d8.
D8. Okay.
A d8.
Wait, this isn't a D8. This is the D8. Okay. 1. Oh.
You get 2 to your health point, to your hit points.
What happened? I can't hear. Oh.
You get 2 to your hit points because you have a +1 Constitution modifier, and you also gain. Whew, damn! You gain 3 skill points to spend.
Okay. Can you repeat what you said before the 3 skill points?
You have 2 extra hit points.
Okay,
so your
2
health
HP.
increases by 2.
All right. 20 HP.
Did you remember to heal up from last session?
Um.
You should be at, your health total should be at 40.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you healed up from last session.
Because I thought mine was always 18.
No, Spenkles was the 14, and you were up way higher because you had the extra bonuses.
Huh.
My health was actually at 19.
Oh, it was 19?
Yep.
Okay, my bad. So
Okay.
with your bonus, your health is now a 24.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Yes, because you had your hit die, and then your 10% of your weight.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have 40 HP, you said, right?
Yes, the only person that's
Okay.
ahead of you is Billy Chumpez.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me look at my notes again real quick. How much did you think you had?
I thought I had 18 HP.
Okay, no, you were, because I would put you way below Spankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you have a total of 40.
All right.
That's after your bonus.
Okay.
Okay, you get 1 extra first level spell to use a day as well.
Okay.
Both of you now have a +1 to base attack bonus. So, Travis, I'm going to explain what base attack bonus is. Base attack bonus is basically you have you get a +1 to all your rolls to hit.
Okay.
So, yeah, you get that plus your modifier to whatever your thing is. So, for example, if you swing with a melee weapon because you don't have a strength bonus, you get a automatic +1 to your die roll. Your fortitude is also now a 3, and your will is also now a 3.
Okay. Okay.
So, I'm going to take comprehend languages for a spell.
Okay. Well, like I said, you have access to all the first level spells. It's just you only can use certain ones because I think that's really dumb with the whole thing of you can only set this amount of spells per level. I say screw that. You can only use them so many times a day, but you have access to any of your spells.
All right.
So don't worry about setting your spells or anything because I think that's kind of annoying.
What page was spells on?
It's way down at the bottom, toward the bottom. For your spells, for the cleric spells, I believe it is on 147. So do you get access to 1 second? I think at 2nd level you do get access to an extra domain spell. So 1 moment. Let me take a look at the clerics real quick. There's clerics.
It's on page 183.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm deciding between two.
Okay. You don't get your second domain spell to level 3. Okay.
Okay. I've chosen. Sanctuary.
Yeah, like I said, you're just able to use any of the spells off of there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be my other first level spell. Sanctuary. Okay.
Opponents can attack you and you can attack.
It's perfect for a cleric.
Whose phone is ringing? Oh, it's mine. 1 second. So, did you guys get your stuff figured out?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Then we can get deeper into what we need to follow.
Alright.
Ooh,
Alright.
good. We can be murder hobos again.
God damn it.
Murder
No
hobos? Is this an inside joke?
I don't know.
It is a Dungeons and Dragons joke.
Oh, okay.
Don't go,
All
don't go.
players.
Well, if you want to go murdering hobos, you can go right ahead. There are hobos in this town, but there could be repercussions for doing such things.
Yeah,
weird
I don't think
murder
that'll fit in
hobo.
our characters personally.
I don't know about Spankles, but I don't think it would fit in with Crest Braid very much.
Yeah.
No, I'm the hobo that fucks everyone.
Yeah. That's the thing about you.
Anyway, so you went and got your camel. Do you want to purchase any upgrades for the camel? Anything special for it?
Nope.
Do you want a different Do you want an actual saddle on it?
Unless you plan on sitting in between the humps. I think that's something that you might.
The lovely camel humps.
I think that's actually something that you would. You would enjoy.
That's just gonna be his pickup line. He's just gonna be sitting in it. He's just gonna be slowly gyrating while he's in it. He's just gonna walk up to people and says, "Yo, babe, you want to ride in my humps?" Oh God. All right.
I'm trying to keep serious.
No, the seriousness, it's gone. He'll be back. Never.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, you got a camel now, so there you go. Captain Spinkles now is a camel. Are you gonna
You
give
got-
it a name?
You have to give it a name.
Shit. I don't have a name for it.
It's okay. It took me 2 sessions to come up with the names of my animals.
You could call it Lovely Humps.
No. Wade Wilson.
Wade Wilson.
Why?
Because Wade fucking Wilson is Deadpool, and Deadpool will fuck anyone.
God damn it. Alright, well, you got your camel now. Oh, God. Do you want to buy... You don't want to buy anything for it. Do you want to buy any bags or anything to hang over it? Anything so you can use it for carrying stuff? Because you're not very heavy. You are not very heavy, so you can carry quite a bit of equipment on a camel.
I'll take a few bags. How much for those?
Okay. Just a few saddle bags, which are just basically you rank them over the top of the camel, and they have bags on them. They are 4 gold.
4 gold.
And you get 2 bags per 4 gold.
I think I'll go 2 bags for 4 gold. I will spend 8 gold on this.
All right, you buy a total of 4 bags.
All right.
There you go. You got actual bags that you can store stuff in instead of just tying it to the animal. Here, carry this tie. All right. Well, you guys got that now. Is there anything else you want to do here? Do you want to go to the marketplace?
I wanted to buy a saddle for for Napoleon.
Well, they have for your war pony. There are different kinds of saddles that you can buy. You can buy riding saddles. You can buy pack saddles. You can buy military grade saddles and exotic saddles if you want those. The exotic ones are typically for the bigger animals.
I think I'll buy a riding saddle.
Just a riding saddle. Okay.
Yeah.
Just 10 gold.
All right. I pay 10 gold.
All right. 10 gold. He outfits your pony with a saddle. This won't wear the animal down nearly as much, and you'll be more effective when you're riding it.
Okay. I also wanted to buy feed just in case.
It's 5 copper a day if you want to buy feed for traveling. Otherwise, when they're here at the stables, they automatically feed them for you.
Okay. Oh, yeah, just in case.
Okay.
I buy.
You can store it on the camel's pack, honestly.
Well, buy 3 days worth of feed.
Alright, it's just 15 copper.
Okay. I pay that.
Alright, you pay him 15 copper, which is 1.5 silver.
I'm still Spankles the Godless, so I will be feeding my ride the flesh of my enemies.
God bless. Alright. Anything else you guys want to do while you're here?
I don't think so. What about you, Spangles?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. Alright. Well, you guys leave the stables. Do you want to go to the marketplace and look around? Do you want to go to a tavern and talk to people? Do you want to go out into the roads and start riding? Do you want to check the bounty board here? What do you want to do?
Check the bounty board.
Okay.
Okay. You guys go to the bounty board, and it's sitting there in front of the mayor's office, and there's slips of paper. There's a couple things of missing people. However, though, they've been crossed out now, as you guys have solved that whole bit. There was another bounty that was up here that is X'd out as well, relating to the gnolls. However, there are a couple bounties relating to criminals and outlaws that are somewhere out in the desert or have disappeared up and north into the kingdom of Dormor. There's one that does really catch your eye about a specific criminal that goes by the name of... He goes by the name of Skullplate.
Skullplate, alright.
Skullplate. The description of Skullplate is it is a dwarf, a decently old dwarf. Pretty young, honestly, but pretty old still. About middle, somewhere in there. But Skullplate is responsible originally for, very well known, for murdering his victims, drinking out of their skulls, and he wears the skull of one of his fallen comrades on his head as a helmet. It is just a big, huge troll skull that just sits on his head.
I like him already.
He's very tribal in nature, and he's been regarded as a very fierce fighter, fighting only to the death.
Huh.
They know that he's somewhere northwest of Solto, the keep of Solto, not the town, the keep, the actual castle. He's somewhere northwest of there, resigning in a desert encampment.
Huh.
There is a bounty on his head worth 250 gold. The other ones that are on here are just some regular outlaws, a couple missing persons cases, one case of Old Man Jenkins lost his shovel spade again.
Told him it was left of his ass cheek.
Well, that's what you told him last night.
Oh yeah. See Spinkles walk around with a spade sticking out his ass. Yeah.
Anyway, as you guys are standing here looking at this bounty board, somebody walks past you and slaps Spankle on the ass.
Oh yeah.
You go, oh yeah. You turn your head around to look, and you see Tom, the harbor master, walking past. Gives you a little bit of a wink as he walks past you. Oh, gods. Anyhow,
Let me
So,
get a
do you guys
picture.
want to take any of the bounties off of here, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Well, what do you want to do, Spinkles? Do you want to have fun with the Harbor Master some more, or do you want to go after Skull Plate?
I do believe we have a villain to catch.
Alright, you guys want to go after Skull Plate. You take the little tickets on that's on there, and it tells you actually someone to go to. It tells you to go to one of the merchants here in town. They know a bit more about it. The merchant known as Saberna. She is a jewelry peddler in here. She is a dragonborn. You guys have actually met her before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
She was the one that you were trying to hit on and failed miserably.
Oh, yeah. That would be in my next video. I have to go through like the 35 minutes worth of footage we have at the flea market or with the marketplace.
The bullshit that ensues never got its power.
The audience will be so bored of what we have done.
Yeah, I'll be cutting out most of it anyway.
It's the first couple segments of what's going on. It picks up later.
I've been watching, so has my family.
Oh, God.
Oh, really?
What have they been saying about it?
My sister.
What have they been saying?
Robin actually wishes to join us.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Well,
Yes.
I'll be open to that.
Yeah.
As for the rest of the family, they're wondering why I'm not that crazy in our home game.
Because it's called professional manner around your family. The shit you will say. Because it's a lot easier to look your friend in the eye and say, I'm gonna fuck your character, than it is to look your mother in the eye and go, I'm gonna fuck your character.
It's stepmom, but hey.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. God. Anyway, you guys want to go seek out the merchant?
Yeah. Let's go back to Soprana.
You remember where she is. You pass by a couple other merchants that you know, that you guys have already met. You hear the ringing of the orc blacksmith working right now, and you guys come up to the little tent that she had set up. You open up the doors. She's sitting up there with a couple other customers. They're browsing some of the trinkets and some of the jewelry that she has. She sees you guys enter, and she waves up to you, saying that she'll be with you in just a moment.
All right.
Yeah, in the time being, you guys are free to look around any of her wares or anything. She says it should be like 5-10 minutes.
Okay. What types of trinkets does she have?
She has trinkets, handmade trinkets. Some of them are made of bone, ivory, different kinds of jewels, metals. She has rings that have jewels on them. Some of the rings have runes engraved onto the side of them. They might possibly be magical. There are just regular pendants, necklaces, brooches, pretty much anything that's kind of jewelry-ish you can think of it. There's stuff that's here from the desert. There's stuff here that comes from farther up north. There's some orc craft stuff in here. There's what looks like dwarven craft as well, very finely made and inlaid silver designs.
I cast my spell Detect Magic.
You cast your spell Detect Magic, and in this room that you're currently standing in, you detect at least 6 of these jewelries are magical.
Oh, but I can't tell. But which...
You can tell which ones they are. You know which ones they are. And she herself is emanating with magic as well.
Interesting.
Fight the gods. I knew I wanted to sleep with her.
Well, she sees you cast the spell, and she waves her hand at you and says, "Don't cast magic in here, please." She says some of the enchantments are very sensitive.
Okay. I apologize. I was just seeing which ones are magical and which ones are not.
She says she says as soon as I'm done with these people, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you.
Okay.
So she spends about 5-10 minutes talking with them, and she finishes up the purchase with them, and then she tells you guys may come over now. So you walk over to her. She sets down. She moves aside the thing that she was working on. She puts her elbows up on the table, crosses her hand, tucks them under her chin, looks at you, and goes like, "So, what can I get for you today?"
Well, miss, we are looking in on a job.
You mentioned the job to her. She looks at you and looks at the cleric actually and goes, "Is he talking about a quotation job or is he talking about the bounty I put up?"
Well, I came for. I
Both.
don't know about him, but I came for
I
the bounty.
She
The,
says, "Okay, thank you. I'd much prefer to speak to you than his legs."
so what do you know? Well, what do you know about Skullplay? Where like we want to take up that job to,
She
I don't know,
says,
take him down or
Skullplay, I
something.
don't know as much as I would like to about him, but what I do know about him is that I used to buy some merchandise from him, mostly jewelry and stuff. I didn't know that he was a bandit chief. I wasn't aware of that until just recently, and when I had discovered it, I decided to put up a bounty here up in Solto. He says he was an acquaintance of mine in those purchases and traveling merchandise and acquiring things, but that I know they were ill-gotten gains.
Hmm. I
She
see.
says, "I know where his encampment is. I know where it is, and I can take you there." She says, "But I won't go very close to it." She says, "They have me up on a watch right now, and they will attack me if they see me. Pretty much, they'll attack anyone they see that they don't like."
All right. Well,
From what I can remember about the camp, I know it's him and at least 6 other people. These 6 other people are there's a couple. They're mostly humans, and then one dwarf besides Skullplate.
intriguing.
She says, "Yes, very much so." She says, "It's just a group of bandits, pretty much. No good scum." She says, "If you can take care of him and bring me back the skull he wears on his head," she says, "I will handsomely reward you with 250 gold pieces."
All right. Yeah, we would like to do that. We would like to take you up on that
Very well, she
bounty.
says. Very well, she says. "As soon as I have my shop closed up, she'll be more than happy to take you up the direction of the encampment." She says,
All right.
I'll take you to be within about half a mile of it, but after that, I'm not going any closer."
Okay.
Do you find that fair?
Yeah.
Very well, she says. She says, "Currently at the time speaking right now, she says my shop will be closed up in about 2 hours. So meet me back here, and I will escort you guys toward the encampment."
All right. So we got
She says,
2 hours.
she says, "For the time being, I was understood that you were interested in some of the magical items I
Oh.
have here."
Yeah. Do you have any trinkets or anything that would be suitable for a cleric?
Suitable for a cleric, actually. She says, "I may have something like that." She says, "Give me just one moment while I take a look at my little chart log right here and see exactly what I had put out there." She says, "I know I do have one item out there that is encamped with healing as well as some other personal amplifications inside of it. One of them I know is the spell Owl's Wisdom. For your guys' reference, the spell Owl's Wisdom temporarily increases your intelligence wisdom score by 4, as long as you don't have any other modifiers affecting you at the time." She says, "For a cleric," she says, "I don't." She says, "For a cleric," she says, "Well, I know there's a blessed book out there, a book directly of one of the gods." She says, "I don't know which one it is. I can't read the script that's written on it."
Ooh.
And she says, "The other stuff that I have out there is a bottle of air. There is a bottle of air out there." She says, "It's sitting on one of the shelves with some of the other trinkets." And she says, "I do have a few bracers out there, one set of bracers that do have an enchantment on them. One brooch, a brooch of shielding, which acts as basically ethereal armor." And she says, "I have one ring out there that has the spell of feather falling on it. Lesser feather falling."
Hmm. Well, so she had that book, right? The Book of Healing or
Yeah,
whatever.
she has a book dedicated to a god. She's not sure which one because she can't read the script.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually interested in this book now.
All right, well, she shows you where it is, and you take a look at it, and it doesn't look like the book you currently have on you.
Yes, but I also have the spell comprehend language.
Oh, yeah. If you want to cast it on yourself, you can read it. However, though, Travis, you
Yeah.
being a cleric, you do recognize this as a religious text and actually of your god.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. It is the.
Yeah.
It is the devout Bible of Glittergold.
So it should be in Gnomish.
1 second. 1 second. Yeah, it's in a form of Gnomish, one that you don't recognize though.
I am casting comprehend language. So I should know it.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
It is written in a form of Gnomish.
Different dialect, I
Older
guess.
one, an older
Or
version.
older, yeah.
Yeah. But it is a book of his if you want to purchase it.
Oh, are you asking me or are you asking Todd? Oh.
I'm asking both of you.
I will personally put that up to the cleric if he wishes to have the book.
You wish to purchase the book? If you wish to buy the book, any of your religious spells, or any of your spells, including your domain spells, will be slightly amplified as long as you're using the book when you cast them.
I'm not really interested in the book, actually.
Oh, you're not interested in the book?
No.
Okay. Oh, she says that's a shame. She looks at the bar and says, would you like to purchase it?
Sadly, I do not follow him, so I must.
Fair enough. She says
also
fair
say
enough.
no.
By the way,
Now you know it.
Crestburied, as she is mentioning, do you want to purchase the book to the bard? You hear your god in your head say, do not let him have that book with that other book in his possession. I do not want to be near that thing.
Huh.
Even the Gnomish god's going, fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Even the Gnomish god is saying, fuck the book you're holding. He does not want to be near it.
Yeah. And divine intervention.
He might. He might. The gods can do that if they feel like it, within limitations.
Yeah, like bitch slap the gnome.
Pretty much. If you try to do that, he's gonna bitch slap the book out of your hand onto the floor and then smite you.
Don't smite the gnome.
Alright, well,
okay.
she says that's a shame. Is there anything else in here you would like to purchase?
Well, you what were the things of healing now there?
She says I do have a. She says I do have a ring that is engraved with the spell Cure Wounds.
Yeah, I would like that.
She says, all right. She says, well, if you want to buy it, it is going to cost you. 1 second.
Even the GM needs to find out how much a book costs.
If you wish to purchase it, she says, I'll because I know you guys and because you're going to be doing this favor for me. She says, a ring with just a spell of Cure Wounds, just a regular one. She says, because of all that and the discount, she says, I'll only charge you 200 gold for it.
All right, I would like to
That's
purchase
with
it.
a very modest discount.
Yeah. Well.
She likes us.
She does like you guys, and you guys are trying to help her right now. A ring with that regular spell on it typically costs about 800, so she's giving you a very modest discount.
I like her.
Well, unfortunately, she doesn't like the bard very much. You smell funny.
I smell like a bard.
You smell like piss and homeless depression.
She could always try to change that.
Jeez. Anyhow.
All right. Anyway.
200 gold. She gives you the ring. It has the regular spell of Cure Light Wounds on it. You have that as one of your spells, and you see that written onto the side of it, or on the side of it, you see a series of 5 different runes that are lit up on the side of the ring. You being a bard, and you understanding how that works and all that, you being a bard and a cleric, excuse me, you know that it means that there are currently 5 charges on the ring.
Oh, okay. So
you do not know, and she says she does not know either, if it recharges by itself or if it's a one-time use. She says she has no idea.
Okay.
She says, but if you use all the slots and they don't come back, she says you can take it to a mage and he can recharge the item for a price.
Intriguing. Okay, well, guess we'll be off to...
And she says, very well. She says, again, about 2 hours, come back here and I'll take you to where you need to go.
Alright.
I do wish to stop at the forge so I can pick up my metal lute.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you stop by the forge, you walk in there, and it is sitting on the wall, your metal lute. And he sees you enter in, and he goes, he says, I just finished it about an hour ago.
Lute.
He takes it off the wall, and he says, now let me think, you paid half of it up front, am I correct?
You believe you asked for 6 gold, pulled for expert. I hit it. Crafting.
Yes, that was it. He says, I lose track of these things occasionally. And he puts the loot out to him. He says, if I remember, it was, 6 gold for it. So, you give him the 6 gold, and he hands you the metal loot. This metal loot, do you fit the magical strings you have onto this one?
Yes.
All right, you put the magical strings onto it. This lute, it has a very acoustic, echoing kind of sound to it.
Good.
It will work. It will work with your strings on it. Your strings will allow it to work a bit more like a regular lute. And the biggest thing about it is it does act as a bludgeoning weapon, and it does 1d6 damage.
That's mainly why I wanted it.
It is a lute that does 1d6 damage, and it will not break from combat. At least not very easily.
That's cool.
If you wanted to have one of the edges of it sharpened, he could do that for you. Because right now it's just a blunt instrument.
Right now I want
literally a blunt instrument.
I will keep it blunt.
All right, you're going to keep it a literal blunt instrument.
The enemies won't know what's coming.
The last thing they'll hear is a thwack against their head and a doom.
And then someone singing, "My heart cries for you."
Alright. Do you want to buy anything while you're at the blacksmith, Travis, or are you good?
I'm good.
Alright. You guys leave the blacksmith, you're sitting there in the bazaar, you see the people walking around, doing their trade, they're selling, buying, people shouting left and right at each other, different prices, negotiations. You see a few guards standing out here of the private militia. But you guys are pretty much open to do whatever you want right now.
What can we do for like an hour and a half or whatever in the medieval times?
You can go play music. You can go to the tavern. You can see if there's any gambling areas nearby. You can go just talk to people, anything like that.
You can go to a brothel.
You can go to the brothel if you wish.
Spankos can go to the brothel. I'll go to the tavern or something.
Pull that clerk to the brothel. He's gonna get laid.
All right, there's a small brothel here if you wish to go there, Spankles.
What?
Do you wish to go there?
Yeah.
All right, you go to the brothel and they tell you you go to the brothel and they tell you what kind of a person would you want? Exotic, foreign, native?
Won't you just whore me out to them?
Oh, you wish to sign up as one of our workers? Is that right?
My off times when I'm in town.
Well, unfortunately, we're not hiring part-time at the moment.
Shit. I got people to catch it and people to screw. Damn it.
Things to
Get
kill
them at the same time.
Things to kill, things to screw, sometimes at the same time. Well, the mistress here, she says, well, unfortunately, she says, we're not hiring for part-time positions. She says, if you wish to work here, it'd be a life endowment.
Ooh. Wow.
At least until your contract's expired. She says, but if you would like to rent somebody for the night, she says, we have natives, foreigners, exotics, kobolds.
Oh man.
I mean, a creature your size would probably fit the kobold a bit better.
I'll be back in the future.
Very well. Well, you go to the tavern, Crestbraid, while he's over at the brothel. So you enter the tavern. The barkeep, he looks up at you. He looks at you for a moment and just goes, "Is the gnome with you?"
No,
You were the one with the gnome, am I correct?
Yeah, the gnome bard. Yeah,
Yes,
he's not with me currently.
He says, "Thank God." Come in. Let me get you a drink.
I should really be running in right behind him with my lute going, and now time for rock and roll.
Just slide in on your knees. No, it's gonna be a little bit before you get there because you guys separate and went different directions. Well, you walk into the tavern, you sit down. The barkeep sitting up there at the bar. If you want to, you can go sit in one of the booths, and one of the barmaids will come to you.
Yeah, I'll sit in one of the booths.
All right, you sit down in one of the booths, and sure enough, one of the barmaids come over. She's wearing a very Arabic kind of clothing, very pretty, very good, very exposing of her breasts. Obviously, she's a tavern wench. What else do you expect?
I have to sell more drinks.
God damn it! As she sits there, she looks at you and she says, "So, what can I get for you?" She says, "We have a fine selection of different alcohols to partake in, coming from different areas of Pitland, as well as some places down from Farkarth." And she says, "And of course, we have selections of food, ranging from just regular cattle coming up from north, and some more exotic stuff from down here in the desert."
I would like to have one of your exotic dishes while I'm in town.
Ah, very well, she says. She writes down for something. She says, "Okay, and do you wish to have any drinks or anything along that?"
Nothing other than water. Just
well.
surprise me.
Very surprising. That's what she says. She looks at you up from above her pad and says, "Surprise you?"
Yes.
I know where this is going.
She writes down surprise drink on there, closes up the thing, and goes to the kitchen. And hold on, allow me to roll a d20.
Oh dear.
Okay. She comes back out about 5 minutes later and sets a tall glass, probably about 2 pints of liquid, on your table, as well as a pitcher of water. And she heads off to go take care of another table from another group of, obviously, oddly enough, another group of adventurers that walk in. They seem quite disappointed about something.
So, I guess I'll just listen to the any conversations that are going on in the tavern.
There's some people talking about, did you hear that the king was in town? There's a couple talking about just some stuff going down on the harbor. Occasional's talking about just some news from up north. And you listen to these adventurers, the one that really piques your interest. So go ahead and roll the d20 to see how well you can hear them.
6.
You can't quite make out. You can't quite make out entirely of what they're saying, but you hear odds and ends, a few words occasionally, something about orcs, and then something about the no-good Moldovians, and then something about war, and then something about the Titans.
This is the Clash of the Titans.
One of the biggest things that peeks out from your ears is you hear something about volcanic activity.
Oh. I pick up my drinks. I walk over to their table and I say, volcanic activity. What is the context of this situation? Or something like that.
They all look up at you. They all seem quite friendly enough as it is. One of them, as a cleric, you can definitely sense a holy aura emanating from this guy. He's a paladin of some kind. You can feel that. You can absolutely feel this aura coming off of him. And he looks at you and speaks and goes like, he says, "You are a cleric, am I correct?" He says,
"You are correct."
Holds his hand out to you and goes, "Glitter gold, am I correct?"
Glitter gold? You mean? Wait. Oh yeah.
He says,
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
He says, well, he says, a volcanic activity. He says, yes, up in the northern regions up here, just a little northwest of Moldova. He says there's a small island called Volcano Island. He says on it is a very active volcano lately. He says it's been lying in dormant for about the past 50 years, but it suddenly started exploding with activity. He says normally this wouldn't be much of a thing. He says, but my church has taken quite a bit of an interest in this, as there have been rumors of figures coming out of the volcano. Moving figures, not lava, not ash, but figures of some kind. And these people who live near the on the coastline near Volcanus, they are telling of rumors of loud roarings coming from deep within the mountain.
Interesting.
He says, he says, me and my friends here, we haven't taken any investigation of it. We just came back from Moldova. He says, we were looking at possibly hiring on with one of the local areas up there for a job. He says, when, well, the war started coming up toward here. He says, I don't know if you're aware of that, but the northern kingdom of the northwestern kingdom of Moldova, as well as Yathora and the kingdom of Albania, he says they're currently at war, at a civil war as it sits right now.
Oh dear.
He says Yathora and Albania were two kingdoms that were originally owned by Moldova. However, though, there have been some civil distrust, as well as a chance of power movement within Moldova, and the two kingdoms took advantage of that to separate while the kingdom was weak. They separated off, and there's currently a war going on up there between the three kingdoms. He says, from what I understand, though, Titansland as well, the kingdom of Titansland, the elves, they are looking at possibly warring with Albania and claiming that territory as their own as well. He says just a few little problems, and then of course far up north, the kingdom of Nirvana is trying to stay out of it as it sits. He says King Cobanus definitely wants to not be involved with it.
I don't blame him. It's pretty. Yeah.
He says there's quite a bit going on right now up there.
A lot of things happening.
Area, he says, especially up toward Moldova, which is primarily orcs. He says they're not very fond of humans at the moment.
Okay. Well,
he says if you're going up there, he says you better make sure you are well armed, because you could be attacked on the roads by the soldiers. It's entirely possible. It's a war. It's a battle land right now.
Yeah, I don't plan on going up there anytime soon.
Yeah, he says we just got back down from up there. It's a mess at the moment.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, trust me. He says, anyway, he says, by the way, who are you?
Well, I am Gravel Crestspade. I just came back from a journey from Lodo. We tried to help the situation up there. There was yeah. And
by the way, you are arriving there right about now, Speckles.
Okay. Like the guitar slide in.
And anyway, we were chased out of the prison because we ran into a Hydra.
And, a Hydra, he says.
Yes, and we reported this back to the king, and he's planning on sending a garrison down over there to try to defeat it, but my prayers are with him and the people that have to suffer through that.
He says, wow. He says, that's pretty impressive that they've actually survived. He says, not many people can claim walking against a Hydra and walking away.
Yeah. Starts to prove it.
Quite impressive, honestly. He says, well, he says, my name is Barb Tith. He says, I am a paladin of the god Tyr. This Tyr is one of the lords of justice. He says, the even-handed, the maimed god, the just god. I am one of his devout followers.
All right,
he says, sitting here with me is my dwarven friend here, Rawick. And then sitting right here is another one of my friends. He is actually a wizard. He is a wizard by the name of gosh, shoot, I have his name written down. Where did I put it? Yeah, the paladin's totally saying this.
Just have the character going, where did I put the list of names I carry?
This other human sitting right here is a wizard. He goes by the name of Melvor.
Melvor.
Man raises his hand. And he raises up toward you and says, "Greetings, traveler."
Nice to meet you all.
He says, "Nice to meet you too. You seem like a good sort."
Oh, anyway, I've got to find my gnome friend. I remember he went off towards the brothel. I'm sure he's caused up some trouble.
Well, you probably should go find him before trouble starts stirring up. He says, "Nothing good ever really happens at the brothels." He says, "A gnome," you said.
Yes, a gnome bard. He's quite the character.
I'd imagine most bards are. By the way, about this time you are arriving, Spankles.
Hey.
So, what do? You arrive.
I want to walk in and try to find my companion.
You walk in and you see him standing and talking with a group of people, 2 humans and a dwarf.
Oh, speak of the devil, here he is, Captain Spankles.
What did you say? What did you say, Todd?
I'm gonna walk over.
You walk on over. The paladin, he just looks at you up and down, and as soon as you get close to him, he just jumps away for a second in his chair, and he stands up and goes, "What the fuck is that?"
That would be my bard gnome friend.
No. What the fuck is that shit? There is something coming off of you.
Oh.
The dwarf moves out of the way, and the paladin slides out of the booth and stands over you. He puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, "What the hell is emanating off of you? What did you do? Who are you? What have you done?"
Yes, Spankles, would you like to... would you like to present that book to the paladin?
Well, I'm gonna pull off the gnome head that I've been carrying around for a while.
Oh, the gnome head.
You pull off the gnome head, and he goes, "That's not it. It's something on your personal possession. I can feel it."
I pull out the book.
The book, you hold it out, and he goes, "That's it. Give it to me."
My book.
Give it to me now. I want to see what this thing is.
Last holy man that touched it kind of freaked.
Give me the goddamn book. He says, "Or I'll take it by force."
You don't want to do that, sir.
I'm gonna hand it to him and go, "It's my demon porno."
He takes it, he looks at it, he flips it open to a page, looks at it, and his whole body trembles and shakes, and he shuts the book and hands it back to you and says, "No, I'm not dealing with that. No, bye, no." Sits back down. He says, "You do not let that fall into the book of any priests or anyone." He says, "You are lucky. I just don't take the damn thing to a priest." He says, "But I'm off duty right now." He says, "I'm not taking care of anything at the moment. I'm quite exhausted for my travels, so you're lucky." He says, "But for the love of the gods, do not lose that book." He says, "I don't know what it is, but it is emanating with evil."
I was told to get destroyed.
He says, "If it was my choice, it would be destroyed."
Yeah.
He says, "Whatever you do with it," he says, "I just hope it's for a greater good." He says, "That thing is evil."
Shoving it up my ass.
I don't think that would be very healthy for you or anyone in your immediate proximity. He says, "Corruption and possession through books is not uncommon."
They probably would just possess me just to get itself pulled out.
That's another thing as well, I suppose.
Well, okay.
Well, the maid brings over their drinks real quick, and she looks at you, Crestbraid, and says, "Your food will be ready in just a moment if you wish to take back your booth."
Okay, yeah. Very well. Hey, hey, Captain Spankles, you want to try some of this drink that I bought?
I'm not.
Are you sure? Might be within your interests, your seductive interests. I don't know. Who knows? I haven't tried it yet. It's very interesting, though.
You guys sit back down in your chair, and that paladin is like staring at you, Spankles, as you sit back down. One eye is fixed on you, the other one is fixed on talking to his friends. So a few more minutes goes by, and the barmaid comes back, and she sits down a plate on the table. It's a pretty good sized plate, and sitting on it, you see what looks like the carcass remains of some kind of a desert scorpion with different seasonings, steam coming off of it, and it smells pretty damn good, honestly. Some kind of a desert scorpion. It's pretty damn big too.
I say to the barmaid, yeah, good choice.
She says, one of the specialties here in the town. She says, quite delicious. She says, I would recommend taking that drink after you eat a little bit of it, though. And she goes back off to go take care of the adventuring party.
What a lovely lady.
Well, do you try the scorpion?
Yeah, I tried a scorpion.
All right. Yeah, take out your fork. You take a bite into the scorpion. It's a very unique flavor, not one you've ever really had before. It has a bit of a crunch to it almost. But as you are eating it, as you do sit there taking a bite or two of it, you very steadily start to feel your tongue go numb.
It's the poison of the scorpion.
It could be.
Yeah.
Let's hope he's not allergic.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't seem to be reacting with it, but your tongue is starting to go slightly numb as the more of it you eat. And as you continue eating, your stomach begins to growl a little bit at you, but the flavor is pretty damn good. The seasoning is just perfect.
All right. Well, I'll take some of this drink. All right.
You take a little bit, yeah, you take a drink from the drink, and it's a very strong alcoholic beverage. However, though, there's something about it that's mixed in with it that causes the numbness and the growling in your stomach to go away. You being a cleric and understanding how healings and stuff like that works, you're guessing it's some kind of a antivenom of some kind. Or at least it acts as one.
All right.
Yeah. Also, you did just drink alcohol, so go ahead and roll your character's alcohol tolerance.
Which die would that be?
D100.
Okay.
D100. Do you know what your character's alcohol tolerance is already?
Not mine.
Okay. Well, roll D100. See what your tolerance to alcohol is.
Two of us were not the drinkers.
I got a 10.
Okay. Roll it again now.
Oh shit.
60.
We're all not lightweight.
A what?
It's 60.
A 60. You take one nice swig out of it. You set it down on back on the table, and you are immediately starting to feel some effects of it. You are not very good at handling your alcohol. You set it down, and you just go, oh.
Do you want any spankles?
But it is quite refreshing, honestly.
I really take you to a brothel now to see if you are laid.
I am going to let you know that currently as it sits, Travis, you are still completely in control of your actions, but as your characters do start to get more and more drunk, you'll have to start making rolls to see if you still act the way you say you do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be smart and stop drinking right now. Just drink the rest of my water and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should not let a good drink go to waste. I will take a drink out.
Yes.
Just take a drink out of it. Roll D100. Roll underneath your alcohol tolerance, and you don't get drunk off the first drink.
It's a 26.
26. What's your alcohol tolerance?
I don't know.
You haven't rolled it yet?
Yeah, no.
All right, I thought you had already rolled it.
Yeah, I thought, but I don't know. I don't remember that.
I guess only Billy Chumpez was the only one who rolled it. So.
Oh yeah.
Tolerance is a 26 Spankle. So go ahead and roll the D100 again.
2.
Damn, you take your drink and it does not seem to affect you at all.
I say to you, drink it all, please.
Please.
Heck, I'm not gonna drink it anymore.
I am a bard, and I don't mind sleeping with the fishes.
You don't know if it's going to be a fish or some weird humanoid fish.
I shall go down the drink.
You're down the drink. Roll the 100 again.
That will be a 33.
33. You down the rest of it, and yes, you do feel the effects of the alcohol.
Anyway,
You are officially buzzed. As it sits, you only have a 5% chance of not doing what you say you did, and that will be rolled by me.
Okay.
5% is not very high. That's basically I have to roll less than a 5 on a D100.
Mm.
I could say, hey, I kiss my enemy, and you'd have to roll to see if I don't.
You could say I kissed my enemy, and for all you know, you got some fingers down in there instead.
Oh yeah.
You go to push the orc off the ledge, but you caress him. He is uncomfortable. Well, you guys finish eating up. You listen to some more of the stories here. Nothing really too much new. About the 2 hours pass. You finish.
Yeah.
And the barmaid comes back and she sets your bill on the table. It was only 4 gold pieces.
Okay. I pay the waitress. Give her a tip of 1 gold.
She thanks you kindly.
All right.
And anyway, you guys get back to Saberna, and she's in her tent. She's closing it up at the moment. She sees you. She raises her hand to you, and she says, "Ah, there you are. Just give me one moment, and we'll get going."
All right.
So she closes up the tent. She packs up the stuff that she needs. She gets her camel, and she says, "Follow me, and I'll take you guys there."
I inform her you may want to stay away from Spankles right now. He's currently buzzed.
She says, "I can see that."
He can be unpredictable in his current state.
She says, "I can
smell it. Dragons have a good sense of smell. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not a full-blooded dragon. I'm sorry. I'm only a dragonborn. I'm only part dragon.
Even those with the blood of the dragon still got a good nose.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't inherit that trait. She says, "I got other things."
The body.
I'm aware of that. I'm a dragonborn. Oh, you guys sack up on your pony, you sack up on your camel, and you guys begin to follow her out into the desert.
Arabian night.
Well, it's more like Arabian afternoon right now.
Go sing a song.
All right. What song do you want to sing? Just a random song, or are you going to sing a song?
A random song.
All right. Roll D20. See how well you perform it.
7.
7. You haven't really perfected the art of singing a song and riding a camel at the same time.
I'm still working on it.
You're still working on it. Well, you guys follow her northwest for probably about an hour and a half when she finally stops the camel, and she jumps off of it, and she gestures up ahead of her, and she says it's off that way, just over that hill. She says, "I'm not going to get any closer than this."
All right. Oh, thank you for leading us here, and we'll take it from here.
She says, "Very well." She says, "Do you wish to take your rides with you, or do you want me to just hold them here until you get back, if you get back?"
Yes, please. I would like you. Yeah, we trust you. We know where you are, and normally, so yeah.
She says, "I'll remain here." She says, "I'm going to set up a small camp here." She says, if any of the gnolls come by, or if just 1 or 2 of the bandits come by, I can easily handle them. So don't worry about it. She says, "Good luck to you."
All right.
So you guys walk on over the top of the hill. You crest over the top of it, and you look down, and sure enough, she is telling the truth. You see a small encampment with about 3 buildings made of sandstone down there. One of them is much larger than the rest of them, and there is a great fire sitting in the middle of it all at the moment. From where you guys can see, you count 4 people currently inside this encampment. There are no walls, but there are 3 horses, as well as lots of footprints in the sand.
I would like to send my eagle up in the air just to scope it out. I tell it
Right.
not to, just to keep a low character around so it doesn't really attract them, you know,
Alright.
gain their notice.
Your eagle flies up into the air. It flies up into the air. It flies off that way. It looks around for a little while, and about 5 minutes go by, and it flies back and lands next to you and says, "Okay, so I don't think I was seen. And from what I can tell," she says, your eagle says, "there are 6 people in there. One of them I easily identified as Skullplate, as she is telling the truth. He wears a troll skull on his head. It's quite elaborately decorated in blood splatters and does not look friendly at all. From what I could see, he is wielding a very large shield as well as an axe of some kind. The rest of the people there, I can see that there were 3 humans, 1 other dwarf, and one gnoll. There was 1 gnoll there as well.
Alright. So how do you think we should handle this, Pinkos?
Your eagle also says, however, though, she says, there is one other thing I noticed.
And that is?
There is some kind of a trap mechanism that is set up around the encampment. I can't identify exactly where or what it is, but I can see that there's something surrounding it that's protecting them in some way. It could be some kind of a tripwire. It could be something magical. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm guess I have to use my spell detect magic.
Well, if you want to use it now, you're way too far away.
Oh, too far away? Yeah.
You're about you guys moved up farther, and you're about a quarter of a mile away from it.
Okay.
You're just far enough where you can see it just fine, but just far enough where they can't see you very well, and you can see people moving around. You're just far enough.
Well, how close do we have to be to detect that? Be able to?
If you want to use your detect magic, I think has a range of like 100 feet. Let me double check though.
Oh no, Spakeles, what do you want to do here?
That's gonna be
30 feet. Sorry, it's 30 feet.
30 feet? Oh, that's pretty close then.
Yeah, you gotta get pretty close to use detect magic.
Yeah. Might as well just walk in if we're going to detect magic, because that also tells them that we're here.
Okay. Well, you want to go charging in and stuff like that? Well, I mean, not like deactivate. I mean, like activate their trap, but you know, of the like.
I do wish to live as long as possible. I have come face to face with death numerous times with you.
What is it? 3 times you fell unconscious?
Yeah, about. Yeah, wish to live.
Well, how far can my summon monster go?
Your summon monster casts. Your summon monster will only cast a monster within 20 feet of you.
All right.
I do believe he also wants to know how far he can command this monster to walk.
You can command that monster to walk almost any distance as long as the spell is still active. The only ways you can de-spell a summoned monster is by it willing itself back to its home plane, you de-summoning it, someone else de-summoning it, or by it dying.
Well, I suppose we are gonna have to draw out at least like one of these bandits out here. I think we'll have a better chance taking them one on one, right? Or 2-on-1. What do you think?
I think we're screwed no matter what.
It's good you have a lot of faith in us.
Not the faith, me friend. It's the lack of.
So good to know that he believes in you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, let's see. I think we would like to make some sort of loud sound. I'm just trying to figure out.
Actually, I have.
Oh yeah.
I can throw my voice for 1 minute per level.
Do you want to do that? Use the spell throw voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should do that.
I will.
All right, roll d20. See how strong it is.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. With your bonuses, that's not too bad. You use the spell throw voice, and out of the 6 people that are there, you don't immediately hear anyone or see anyone moving. But after you use the spell and about 2 minutes go past, you see 2 people walking out of the encampment, looking around.
I'm using the Navi voice for it. Hey, you listen.
Yeah. Well, you're under effect of it for how long did it say?
A minute per level.
All right. So 2 minutes, the spell will be. You can use the spell. Anything you say will be thrown. So you cast the "Hey, listen! Hey, listen!" And the 2 guys that are out there, they're looking around for a bit until one of them points up toward you guys and says, "You can't hear what he says or see what he says, but they start walking that way with weapons drawn, very carefully walking up there and looking like they're inspecting the area."
Well, Spankles, the spotlight's on you. I think you should try to play some sort of song. Maybe we can make a new song or something. I don't know.
You're telling me to try to spellcraft another song?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What do you want to do?
I'm not sure what I can do with these songs anymore. I get killed no matter what.
You can try.
I get killed no matter what.
Hey, don't hit the gnome.
That's about the only good thing I'm good at.
Yeah, obviously it's working really well for you.
Oh, shit.
Maybe you can have you can sing like a lullaby, some sort of lullaby, puts them to sleep, and then we can kill them in their sleep.
Hold on.
What do you want to do?
You know, I always wanted to try creating more songs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can make a song of lightning. You know, some lightning with a song.
You could try to make a song of call lightning. That is a spell.
I will attempt that.
Roll d20.
If I roll a 20, that would be hilarious.
That'd be amazing.
Nope, roll 3.
Nope. You try to play a song of call lightning, but nothing happens. You're strumming your instrument incorrectly. You're not entirely sure how to effectively use a metal lute.
Oh dear. So how far?
As you're sitting there playing with them, the 2 guys are really heading your direction now. They're pretty damn sure something's over there, and you can't hear it, but you see one of from where you guys are standing. You see one of them raise up his hand and wave it around a little bit, and you see one more guy with a very large crossbow come running up to them. So there's 3 of them now, and they're heading up the hill toward you. They are currently about 200 yards away.
You know what? They pulled out a crossbow. I'm pulling out mine.
Right, you pull out your crossbow.
To take shot for shot.
Well, if you want to do that, they're currently at 200 yards, and your crossbow definitely does not shoot 200 yards. Your crossbow has a max range of about 80 yards.
Can I use the human cleric as a hiding post?
What?
Well, you currently have the advantage of uphill advantage, so you could shoot at a bit more of an angle, and it does give you an extra range of about 100 yards with your crossbow. Typically in D&D, the bows really do not shoot very far, which is really dumb. I mean, like in standard D&D, I think a regular longbow only has a range of 120 feet. which is just absolutely stupid for bows.
So shooting downhill will give me the extra footage that I need.
You do have the extra 20 yards when you're shooting downhill.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to shoot downhill with the crossbow.
Well, they're about 200 yards away, so you won't be able to hit them from here.
Okay, I'm going to wait until they're in range then.
So
Alright,
you
well-
can play your lute in the meantime.
Yeah, you can just play a song and just kind of get yourselves ready for battle if you want to.
Try
Yeah,
to
right
make
here.
another spellcraft
A regular
song.
longbow has a effective range of 100 feet in regular D&D.
All right.
Well, you sit there for a bit, looking downhill. They get into about that 100-yard range, so you can see them very clearly. Let me roll for their spots to see if they see you at all. They're looking uphill and they don't see you, but they're starting to get very suspicious because they think they can see something glittering in the sun.
But, oh shit, my loot. That's what they're saying.
It's
Yep.
glimmering in the light.
Your loot is glittering in the sun, and they keep seeing a flash of light from something.
Hmm.
You know what? I should have really just snuck up behind someone and just smacked them with that loot.
Well, if you use a blunt instrument for a sneak attack, you always have a chance of knocking them unconscious.
Huh.
So, what do you guys want to do? They're about 100
sneaky.
yards away from you. Are you going to attack them? Are you going to try to sneak? Are you going to wait for them to get closer?
Yeah. I'll sneak while we use well, we can use Spankles as a diversion. He'll just play some sort of song, and I'll get him that way.
If you guys want to go with that plan, you're more than welcome to try. Spankles is more of the sneaky one, but if they see a cleric, they might just straight up attack you. That is true.
Okay, the bard's going to play test dummy to see if anyone's going to die.
All right, roll d20, see how well you perform.
We're in trouble.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
A 1.
You jump up there into sight. You go down to strum against your instrument, and as soon as your hands hit the instrument, you drop it straight into the sand. And you can hear the guys down below just like looking up at you and just laughing.
I'll look at them and go, "It's not funny."
One of them yells at you, "It's absolutely funny! Look at the little man, barely able to hold his own damn instrument." You know what? You know what? I'm in a good mood today. I'll give you a chance for redemption. Play me a song, music.
Play away, Spankles.
Crestbury, while this is going on, you're going to try to sneak up to them, so go ahead and roll d20, see how well you sneak.
18.
18. You're being very sneaky. Somehow in the middle of the desert where they can easily see you, somehow you're sneaking toward them.
He vanished within their sight.
Vanishing their sight. You're like almost crawling in the sand. You're trying to be the sand. Be the sand. All right. Well, they're still looking up at you right now, Spankles. They don't notice the cleric at all. You're about 80 yards away from them currently.
Let's attempt her attempt on this song.
You hastily pick up your instrument. You straighten your composture. You go to try to play it. Roll a d20.
13.
13. You start strumming it lightly, experimenting a bit more with the form of the instrument itself, trying to see how well you can work with it. The three guys down there, they're looking up at you. They seem honestly quite impressed. They're listening to it. moving their heads left and right, listening calmly. They look at each other occasionally. And you're sitting there playing the song, trying to make sure you're distracting well enough. Travis, go ahead and roll D20 again, see how much closer you can get.
5.
5. Well, fortunately, with their minuses to their spots to their awareness right now, you sneak closer. You're much closer to them. Well, you continue playing your song, Spankles, and the biggest guy that was there, he looks up at you and goes like, "Oi, oi, okay, you can go ahead and stop now." He says, "Very well, not too bad, not too bad." He says, "What is it you're out here looking for?" He says, "Perhaps a job with us?" He says, "I help to run a small company of men out here that are very great at acquiring goods, merchants, travelers, that kind of stuff, you know?"
I might be interested in a job.
He says, "Well, if you are," he says, "we're always looking for talented individuals, and you definitely seem to hold enough of that talent." He says, "Perhaps you could be of assistance to us. Perhaps we could lead you to great riches."
Spankles joined the dark side.
Contemplation.
I feel that pull to that dark side.
He says, "Well," he says, "if you wish to intrigue upon such a thing," he says, "my boss, Skullplate, is more than welcome to find new recruits that would be interesting to his cause."
Am I within attacking distance?
You're getting much closer. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll D20, see if you can get close enough, because you should be about behind them right now.
9.
9. None of them see or hear you or anything like that still, because they're totally focused on Spankles at the moment. They think he's alone. But at the end of this conversation right here, you will be within striking distance of the 3 guys.
Okay.
Well, he's still looking up at you, Spankles. You can very clearly see Crest Braid is only about 10 yards behind them currently. And the guy says, "So, you gonna take the deal or what?" He says, "Because if you don't take it, you do realize we're just gonna kill you. Can't let you tell people where we are." He says, "We're a very secretive group. We don't like to be known very much."
So I can see.
He says, "Why do you think we're out here in the middle of the desert?" He says, "We don't need people coming down on top of us, trying to do shit." He says, "It's just much easier when you're not near people."
I understand. But then you have the fact that I enjoy the spotlight a little better than
He says,
most.
"That is true, but don't worry, you'd get plenty of chances to join Spotlight." He says, "So what do you say?" By the way, you're in striking distance.
I wouldn't mind meeting your leader.
He says, "You wish to meet Skullplate directly?"
Yes, please.
He says, "Well, that could be something interesting to try to do." What are you going to do, Travis? You are right behind them right now.
Alright, I would like to do a few things. I would like to summon Monster 1.
Okay.
Direct my Oliver, my eagle, to attack one of the bandits, and I like to swing my battle axe at the one I'm like right behind.
Okay. Well, you have a choice. You can either summon
choice.
monster or
Or
you can swing your
swing.
axe.
Okay. I would just like to swing my axe.
Okay. All right, so you telepathically tell your eagle, go ahead and attack one of them as you start swinging your axe.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the hit. This is a sneak attack, so you do get bonuses.
9.
9.
Yeah.
You swing straight for the back of one of them. So there are 3 guys standing in front of you. All 3 of them are humans. One has a crossbow, one has a shield and a short sword, and the other one has just a what looks like a staff of some kind. Which one do you want to hit?
The one with the crossbow.
The one with the crossbow?
Yeah.
All right. You line up your shot and you crack him in the back. You do successfully hit him. He doesn't look like he's wearing any armor at the moment, just some regular clothing. So you do successfully hit him with your bonus. You crack him, so go ahead and roll for your battle axe's damage.
It's 1d8, right?
Go ahead and roll it.
4.
All right, and roll a d6 for sneak attack.
3.
No, it's good to have a bard once in a while.
3. All right, you do a total of. Would you say the first roll was a 6 or?
A 4, so it'll be
Okay,
7.
so you do a total of 7 damage to this guy's back. Now, do you knock? No. Do you do anything else on him? No, you. Okay. So you crack this guy in the back. Your eagle flies directly into the back of one of the other guys. Oh wow, hits him for a crit. Shit, okay. Goes right on past the back of his head, smacks right into it, hits him for a crit. Does a total of 10 damage to his right to the back of his neck. So that does a shit ton of damage to him.
All right, Spankles, it's
both
up
of
to
these
you.
guys scream out in agony as this happens. And Spankles, you're free to take an action real quick before they'll have a chance to attack.
Attack the other one.
Is the other one in range of my crossbow?
Everyone is in range of your crossbow, including your companion.
Okay. I'll take my shot at the last guy.
Which one? There is the crossbow guy, which he just hit. The guy with the staff of some kind, which the eagle hit, and then the armored guy with the shield.
I'm going for the armored guy with the shield.
Roll d20, see if you hit him. God damn. You take a shot at him, you angle it, but you underestimate the range that you'll need, and it lands about 5 yards in front of him, and it thunks into there. He hears his 2 companions scream out. He reaches behind him. He pulls out his shield and his sword. He goes like, "Son of a bitch!" And he'll get 1 attack on you before it'll be your guys' turn, or before the other 2 guys will react. So, oh wow, he actually. What's your armor class, Travis? Your armor class is
medium.
18, correct?
Medium, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your armor class is 18, am I correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then that is a hit. He does successfully hit you. So that is a short sword. So let me pull short sword. Short sword. All right, short sword. There we go. Bam. 1d6 plus his strength modifier. And oh wow, okay. He cracks you, or he lunges forward at you, swings at you, and hits you for 8 damage in total.
Wow.
Yeah. Swings directly at you, does 8 damage. The guy with the bird on him is trying to swat the bird away from him. He's reacting to it, trying to get her away from him, but he can't quite get it. The guy you just cracked in the back, he picks himself up off the ground, and he takes his crossbow, and he rolls away from you and tries to shoot you, but just totally misses. So it's your guys' turn. He drops his crossbow down. He pulls out 2 daggers. It's your guys' turn.
I shall be walking down with my lute.
You walk down playing your lute?
Yep.
What are you playing?
Oh, I wasn't planning to play.
Okay, well, you're still 80 yards away from these guys right now. Well, actually, it's more like 60 right now.
Wow, that far away, huh?
Yeah, you're far away, and your companion is surrounded by 3 guys right now.
Could I try the spellcraft again with a fireball spell?
You are more than welcome to try.
All right. 16.
16. All right. What's your spellcraft level?
Spellcraft is total up to 4.
Okay. Well, you go to cast this. You try to craft using your songs. You try to craft up a spell of fireball, and you see the tip of your lute begin to glow red.
Baby, you're a firework.
You try to throw the spell at him, so go ahead and roll d20. You did successfully cast minor fireball.
2.
Totally misses.
Oh man.
Goes way over their head, and hold on. Straight into the encampment. You are still firing down a hill right now. All right, now let's see if it hits anyone. Lesser fireball. Does it hit anybody in the camp?
I want to know as well.
No, fortunately for you, it landed in the giant fire pyre that's in the center of town, and it just kind of explodes on that. So they figured just some logs blew up was it. They don't notice you guys.
Oh, good. All
All
right.
right, it's your turn, Travis. You got the 3 guys. The guy with the daggers now. He dropped his crossbow. The guy with the daggers. The guy with the shield and the short sword, and then the guy with the staff.
I guess I'll summon Monster 1 onto the and direct it to attack the guy with the shield.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and cast Summon Monster 1. You are going to have to make a roll for concentration, though, because you are directly right up against these guys, and you're trying to cast a spell. So go ahead and roll d20. Let me know when you roll.
All right, rolling. Oh, 9.
Do you have any bonuses to your concentration skill?
No, I don't think so. My concentration's a 2. I don't think I have any modifiers.
Okay. You said it's a 2, your concentration?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you get a +2 to your concentration.
Okay.
So it is an 11, and that is enough to stay focused on casting the spell. You cast the spell. The guy who swung at you to try to break your concentration missed. Because it provoked an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
He missed his attack anyway. And you cast the spell. Go ahead and roll d100 to see how high of a quality creature you summon.
50.
50?
Yeah.
All right, you throw out the spell, and you see a small hell cat come crawling out of the ground.
Hellcat.
Or, sorry, a desert cat, my mistake.
Cat.
You're not near that death portal anymore. Yeah, small desert cat comes crawling out of the sand, and he leaps at one of the guys. Meows, and then leaps up. And does successfully hit him with an 18. Nice jump, kitty.
Wow.
Where did I want to go? And deals out a whopping 2 damage. All right. So that's your guys' turn. So it's their turn now. Because they're all on top of Travis, they're all going to swing at Crust Parade.
I see a kitty cat. I whisper to myself, "Pet the pussy."
God damn it! And all of them miss their attacks.
Excellent.
However, though, your bird does score an attack on the guy he was attacking already.
I tried to hit you.
And deals out a whopping 2 damage. That guy is not happy at all right now, by the way.
Yeah, he's kind of pissed off at bird.
Yeah, he's mad right now. He's getting attacked by a bird, and he's losing. All right, well, it's your guys' turn. Spankles, you're about 30 yards away from them now because you've been moving.
I'm going to... You know what? I want to try that lightning.
You want to try the lightning spell again?
Yeah.
Roll d20, see if you can successfully conjure one up.
5, no.
No.
God.
Try to cast it, and you just feel nothing hit you.
Why do the gods hate me?
That's a great question.
All right. Well,
know about the god
turn.
curse.
all right. I'll swing at the guy with the daggers now. It was the same guy, really.
Yeah, the guy you originally swung at. So go ahead and roll d20, see if you hit him.
16.
16, that is a hit. He can see your attack coming, so he is going to make an attempt to dodge. Ah, shoot, I dropped my die. He's going to make an attempt to dodge your attack and fails his dodge. So you hit him.
All right. I rolled 1d8, right?
Yeah, roll your 1d8.
Three.
3, you do 3 damage. Nice job. There we go. All right. Well, the cat makes an attack on the guy that you're currently attacking, and hits him, but it tinks off of the hits him, but doesn't really do anything. It's a glancing blow. It barely does any damage. Not really enough for him to care. It's like a regular kitty scratch. Your bird already took his turn, so it's their turn now. So the guy with your bird on him is trying to get the bird off of him. Successfully hits the bird with the staff. Deals 1 damage. Your bird really didn't care very much. It kind of thonked your bird, but it didn't really hurt him. Your bird has like what, 6 health.
Okay.
Your bird has 6 health, I think. Doesn't really do much to him. The guy with the shield, he is going to shield bash you. Like physically ram his shield into you. And he does successfully hit. He hits just your armor class. So he does successfully hit, and you are getting the blunt of this. So you are taking... You're taking a total of 4 bashing damage, and you are knocked back away from the guy with the daggers. If you can't successfully make a strength save. So roll d20.
4.
4. No, you totally get knocked down onto the ground from the shield bash. You lose your footing, you fly backwards, and you land in the sand on your back. And the guy with the daggers misses his attack anyway. So it's your guys' move right now. Spankles, you just saw your companion get tackled down to the ground.
How close am I now?
You're about 10 yards away.
Let's try the fireball spell. Okay.
All right, roll d20.
Hey,
What?
you gonna hate me?
Why?
Here's a 20.
It's a 20? All right. Roll d100 now.
All right. 17.
17. Okay. Well, you do score a critical with the fireball. You do successfully cast the fireball spell. Unfortunately, you did not roll high enough on the d100 to add it to your spell book.
Damn it.
But you do successfully score a crit with fireball.
Oh, nice.
So regular fireball deals out. Lesser fireball does. There it is. Lesser fireball will deal out 2d6 damage.
And it's just gonna give us 3.
3 in total? Okay. You throw the fireball down there, and it does do splash damage, too. Since it is a fireball, it does do splash damage, and you do hit everyone except for Travis, fortunately. So it hit all those guys. Doop. Doop. And that guy finally got hit by something. All right. Well, the fireball hits. It clashes into these guys. Your eagle quickly attacks the guy. He's already bugging. Claws into him. This time the talon rips through his throat, kills him plus the fireball, so he's dead now. That guy with the staff falls over dead, so it's left the shield guy and the guy with the daggers. Travis, you're currently on the ground, so what do?
Let's see. I guess I'll attack the guy with the shield since he's right there.
He is right there, but you're on the ground, so you're gonna need to get yourself off the ground first, or you're gonna be trying to swing at his ankles. Take your pick.
I'll get up.
All right. Try to get up. That does provoke an attack of opportunity, but he misses, so don't worry about it. You get up on your feet and you swing at him. So go ahead and roll d20.
Oh, 20.
Roll a 20. You score a crit on this guy. Go ahead and roll for damage. While he goes past you trying to strike you in his attack of opportunity, you take your axe and you clack it right into his back for a critical hit.
2.
20 in this combat.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
All right. You rolled a. That means you do double damage. So that's a 4. Greatest crit ever. Nice. All right. Well, you dish that out. Let me write that down.
What does the cat do?
The cat goes up to attack the guy with the dagger since he has a moment. Your cat totally misses with a 2. Your cat's like, he just misses.
I want to hit you, but I miss. This is a temperamental cat, like normals.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, so it's their turn. And the guy with the shield, after he gets cracked in the back, he lands on the ground. So he tries to get up. That does provoke an attack of opportunity for you, Travis. So you can swing at him again if you want to.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
All right, roll d20. See if you can hit him again.
14.
14. You have a +1. Unfortunately, that does not break his armor class. So you miss. Or it hits him, but it pinks off of his armor. He gets back up onto his feet, and he takes a swing at you. With his bonuses and his bonus strength, he rolls exactly 18, so he does hit you. And dishes out 5 damage. Meanwhile, the guy with the daggers is trying to fight your cat. And hits the cat. Hits the cat and deals out 3 damage to your kitty. Your cat doesn't like it, but he's still alive. Desert cat does not like it.
How much health does the desert cat have?
You have no idea.
I no idea. Okay.
You have no idea.
All right.
And your bird tries to attack the guy with the daggers and does successfully hit.
All right.
And deals out a whopping 1 damage.
At least it's something.
At least it's something. So now it's your guys' turn again.
How close?
You are. Did you keep moving forward after you cast that last fireball?
Yes.
Okay, then you are currently in striking distance.
Excellent.
All right, time to baseball bat this metal loot.
You take your loot. Do you want to use 1 or 2 hands?
2 hands.
All right, you grab the thing in 2 hands, and you go to swing directly at the guy. Which one are you hitting? The one with the shield or the one with the daggers?
Shield.
Hold on a second. Okay.
His attention is off.
Yep.
Off of me, right?
Sorry, what?
His attention is off of me, right?
He's attempting to what you?
His attention is off of him, and yeah, that would be since we were attacking each other.
Yes. So go ahead and roll d20. You take your loot in both hands and you swing at him.
4.
And you just whiff past him. Like your loot literally makes a whew sound as it goes past.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right, your bird hit the Travis. I think it was your turn.
All right. I'll just attack the shielded guy, the guy with the armor.
All right, roll d20.
7.
7. You hit his shield. He used his shield and blocked you. All right. Your eagle goes to attack, misses. Your cat goes to attack, scores a critical.
Ooh.
Nice job, kitty. Deals 12 damage to the guy with the daggers.
What? Cool.
Goes right on pat. He maxed out his hit die with a 6.
Wow.
Goes straight on past the dude with the daggers. Scores a critical on him. Just tackles him to the ground and just starts scratching the hell out of him until that guy dies.
Death by desert kitty.
That cat did exactly enough damage to finish him off.
Wow.
So the guy at the shield is the only one there still. And both of you roll a d20 real quick to see if you see him doing it. Or roll, see if you see him doing it.
11.
6.
Neither of you see him do it, but he starts to fall back toward the camp a little bit with the shield in front of him. And suddenly you see him pull something out from underneath the shield, put it in his mouth, and blow. And a very loud whistling sound echoes through the valley right here.
Oh dear.
Yes, he's just alerted everyone of your presence, and as that happens, you see down in the town, you see a few people start to poke their heads out of the tents. You see the dwarf. You see one dwarf, one human, or sorry, one dwarf, one gnoll, and then one other dwarf poke their heads out from the camp and look up at you guys. You can't hear what they say because they're 200, or they're actually right now they're 110 yards away from you guys, so they can't hear you.
Huh.
But they're gonna start running this direction, so you guys should finish the shield guy off as quick as you can.
Yeah. Well,
But he's very steadily, with his shield held out in front of him toward you guys, very slowly backing up to the camp.
Okay.
So it is currently your guys' turn. Your eagle's gonna try to attack him from above. He sees the eagle coming, he whips the shield up real quick, blocks the eagle. The cat tries to go at his ankles. Cat misses his attack. The guy just steps out of the way, basically. So it's your guys' move. I mean, he's only standing about 5 yards in front of you, so if you want to run at him real quick, you'll catch up.
I'm going at him with my lute.
Lute still in two hands. You charge directly at him. Roll the hit. Roll the hit.
10.
10. You swing at him with your lute, and it just hits his shield and just goes. Travis, what are you gonna do? Crest braid.
I think I might do the same, just with my axe.
All right, you charge at him with your axe. Roll d20.
That'll be an 18.
18, that is a hit.
Yeah.
You go around, you get close enough to him, but instead of swinging directly at him, you reach up around the shield and you clock him. So go ahead and roll damage.
It's like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna punch him.
Pretty much.
6.
6. Nice. You deal 6 damage. I don't think you have any bonuses to damage. No. Alright, you deal 6 damage to him. Not too bad. Alright, well, it's his shield, and he's backing up, and to your reaction of him coming at you, he gets hit, and he reaches up over his shield, and he stabs you with a 19.
Oh.
Which, on a short sword, hold on, I think might be a critical. Dude, yep, that's a critical for a 19. So he starts a crit on you and deals out a whopping 6, or actually with his bonus, that is a total of 9 damage.
Oh dear.
Right to the cleric. I'm sorry, Crestbraid. You were getting hit for that. And that's his turn, because that's all he can do. And the other guys are too far away to try to attack you. So your bird's going to try to attack him. The bird misses. The kitty misses. Crit misses, actually. Smacks just into his shield. Like face first into his shield. So it's your guys' turn again.
I'll be going after him with the lute once more.
All right, you swing your lute at him again. Roll d20.
7.
You're not able to hit him. You miss. He jumps his
Yeah.
body back
Big
right
help.
as you swing. He jumps his body back right as you swing and gets just enough away from you.
The gods say, fuck this. We allowed you to 20 for the fireball and you fucked it up.
Roll, Travis. Roll the hit. If you're gonna attack him, or what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use my level 1 spell, Cure Wounds.
All right, the regular cure wound spell. What's your heal skill?
Where is that? Oh yeah. It's an 8 right now.
All right, you heal for 9.
All right. Okay.
You do that. It's his turn now. He swings at the bard, since the bard is the closest to him right now, and he breaks your armor class. So he does successfully hit you, unless you want to try to dodge or what. I mean, you can see him attacking from where you're standing.
Which one is he hitting?
You.
The bard, Spankles. He's going to try to hit you. And he will successfully hit you if you don't move. Or try to do something.
I'm just gonna drop closer to the ground, hoping he doesn't hit me.
Tuck and drop. Roll d20. You're just gonna drop straight to the ground.
17.
Ooh.
17. You drop straight to the ground, and that is one higher than he rolled, so you do successfully dodge out of the way.
Matrix
so you
style.
just drop to the ground, land in the sand, and that's enough to move.
You Matrix dodged him.
Pretty much. More of just a go limp and just drop.
Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright, so it is your guys' turn right now. The eagle goes to attack. Totally crit misses. The guy takes an attack of opportunity off of that. Hits your eagle. Does hit your eagle. Does 2 damage. The eagle flies back to you and lands on your shoulder and goes, I'm not keep doing this. Ouch. He's got a big cut going through his stomach. So he's not happy.
No,
the kitty cat goes to attack. Crit fails it.
Oh
fails
my
his
God.
attack. Invokes an attack of opportunity. The guy successfully hits the cat. Deals 8 damage. That's enough to kill the cat. So your cat desummons. This guy's just laughing as he's backing up. He's quite amazed he's hitting that this is happening. So now it's you guys can do your turns now. Spankles, you are currently at the ground at his feet.
I'm gonna pull one of my knives out and stab him in the foot.
Alright, you're gonna try to stab him in the foot. Roll d20.
12.
What's his foot armor? His armor class is that for his body. He is not wearing any kind of special protection on his feet, so that will be a hit with your +1.
Ooh.
It will be a hit. Not a very heavy hit, but it still is a hit. So roll damage for your dagger, which I think is what, a d4?
Yeah, that's 2.
All right. You deal 2 damage to his foot, and he's not happy. And he goes, "Ah, you bitch!" What are you doing, Travis?
Your mother called me.
Add insult to injury.
Ouch. What are you doing, Travis?
I'll swing at him with my axe.
With your axe? All right,
Yeah.
roll d20. Roll the hit.
17.
17. That is a hit, and he does not block your attack.
All right.
So roll damage. You reach up around his shield and you strike him. By the way, those guys running at you right now are about 95 yards away, or about 90 yards away from you.
3.
3? All right, cool. It hurts him. He's not happy, and he's he's going to slam his shield downwards toward the gnome.
Can I roll away?
You can try. Go ahead and try. Roll d20.
5.
5. You roll out of the way, but you really didn't need to anyway. He missed his attack because he got hit in the back with an axe. He's not at all happy right now. He's bleeding. Bleeding quite a bit. All right, that's his turn. Those guys are just in range, and one of them shoots a crossbow at you. Let's see if it hits. He aims directly at Spankles. Spankles is on the ground, and he'd be the easiest to hit. And he misses, just barely misses. It whizzes past you.
I'm a smaller target when I'm on the ground.
You're a smaller target, but you're on the ground and not really moving much. You're easier to hit.
I am rolling around.
Now you are. But he totally misses the shot, so it's the guy with the shield missed his thing, so it's your guys' turn again. Your eagle is not attacking. He's not happy right now. He's bleeding.
I stabby with a knife.
All right, roll again to stab. Roll d20.
16.
Ooh.
16. That is a hit.
3.
3. All right. You don't have a strength modifier, dude. Nope. All right. You stab him in the foot again. And he just goes, "Stop it! That's not fun! That hurts!"
As a free action, can I pull out the dick of the one dude that we killed last time?
Oh, God. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. You stab him in the foot, and you whip out the dick. So it's in your hand.
Oh no!
The guy's severed dick is in your hand.
Oh man!
Wait,
Wait, where did you obtain that again?
Cut it off the guys you killed.
Oh, I see.
You know, the large guy with the chef outfit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have the dick in your hand, so what do you want to do?
I was just gonna say, hey, after we kill you, I'm shoving this up your ass.
Okay, you do that. Well, roll for intimidation.
Ooh.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3 with a +3 from the skills.
All right,
So
total.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. He's not at all bothered by what you had to say.
Okay,
Anyway.
well, I would swing again with my battle axe.
All right, roll d20.
16.
16. That is a hit. Roll for
All right.
damage.
Oh boy, 7.
7. Nice shot. Does that, and he's going to take that bleeding damage that he currently has on him. So that brings him down to that. Okay. All right. And your eagle, seeing that this guy just got hit and he's bleeding really heavily, your eagle's going to take a quick reaction, just like, I bet I could take this guy down real fast. Goes ahead and flies directly at him with her talons stretched outward, and rolls an 18. So that is a hit. And your bird, okay. Your bird flies directly at him, seeing this attack of opportunity. A very brief moment where she can do something. She goes with her claws outward and actually manages to get her claws dug inside of this guy's helmet. Goes straight into his eyes. He leans backwards, screaming in pain as these talons dig into his face, and then she rips it outwards, and you actually see one of his eyes attached to the talon, and he falls over dead. Blood just pouring out of his face hole. So he falls over dead, not happy at all.
I will make do with my promise to him.
Oh, maybe later. Okay.
You should probably wait until there's people that aren't 40 yards away
crap.
from you right now.
I'm pretty sure.
By the way, they're
Did you
taking
hear
a shot
that?
at you. What?
Did you hear that coming out of my webcam?
No, what was it?
There was a freaking crash. Like a screech and a crash. Oh man.
A car that just crashed?
Yeah.
Well,
that just startled me. Wow.
I live in Seattle for a while. I'm used to it.
I live like in the suburbs of San Jose, and wow, that just startled me.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. We had one night not too long ago where I was sitting here in my trailer, and then there was suddenly this massive ass boom outside, and the whole thing shook. Well, apparently there had been some kind of a meteorite that had struck the atmosphere not far from here, and it just shed a shock wave through the entire freaking area.
Wow.
Everyone felt it. Houses were shaking. Dogs were barking everywhere. You could feel this. It was so loud.
Dang.
You ever had a gunshot go off right beside you?
Well, I've been shooting before, but
it was loud enough where it really sounded and felt like a gunshot going off right next to you and you didn't have any hearing protection on.
Wow.
So it hurt. It hurt. All right. Anyway, the dude shoot a crossbow at you guys.
Okay.
And crit fails and shoots his buddy in the back while he's going down dead. Crit fails. He goes, "I got this." Thunk. All right, so these guys are still running at you, and the little dwarf is like running, just 2 axes in his hands, screaming something that you can't quite understand because neither of you actually speak Dwarven. Both of you roll a spot real quick. So roll d20.
5. I don't see it.
What'd you roll, Todd?
A 6.
Okay. 6. Neither of you see anything special. All right, so these guys are currently running at you, and 1 second, I'll be right back. So think about what you guys want to do.
Ooh, okay. So, are there 3 people heading towards us or 4?
I have lost count.
I thought it was Skullplate and 6 other people. And since so we killed 3 of them, so it could be 4. Anyway, I guess I think I'll heal up. What HP are you at right now?
I'm still at full.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, they haven't hit me yet.
Yeah, I've been taking all the damage here.
I was at a distance for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you got the guys running at you. They're about 35 yards away.
Oh, I'm gonna heal myself.
Wait,
Let's see.
Sorry, 25 yards. Sorry.
25. Okay.
You're gonna heal yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself. Cure wounds, level 1.
Yeah, for 9 damage.
Okay.
Bang, Spankles. Spankles.
You do have a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Crossbow. I'm gonna have to use that crossbow.
All right, roll the hit.
6.
6. All right, you take a shot at them, you miss. So we got the dwarf, skull plate, and the other guy coming at you. So 1 second while I get the sheet out for them. As they come running at you, you see Skullplate with his 2 axes. You see another dwarf with, sorry, Skullplate doesn't have 2 axes. My mistake. Skullplate has the big ass shield and an axe, big huge shield and an axe. The other dwarf has the 2 axes, and the last person that they're the knoll. You see the knoll, since they're close enough now, you notice that this knoll is adorned with different bits of jewelry as well as some skulls. It looks very similar to the shaman that you guys killed.
Oh man.
Yeah, and also you do notice that the shaman has some kind of a book hanging from its waist, and this one has already has what looks like a spell primed and ready in one of her hands.
Hmm. Oh, great.
And as they get closer, she takes that spell and she casts it around herself, and you see a purple aura surround her. Like a regular purple aura, and it takes the shape of almost like ethereal armor. You just cast the spell Mage Armor on herself. So they're currently running at you guys, and you take your shot with your crossbow. You quickly heal yourself. They're about 10 yards away from you now, so they're almost on top of you.
I'll use no wait, summon monster 1.
All right, you cast summon monster 1. Go ahead and roll D100 or roll D100. See what kind of monster you summon.
Okay. When you're rolling D100, you roll the 100 die. Do you roll with anything else, or it's just that? Because I think I'm doing it wrong.
What do you mean?
The one that goes up to 100, right? By 10s.
The one that goes up to the 100 and the one that goes up by 10.
Goes up to 10?
There are 2 10-dice you have. One that says like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 0, 0.
Yeah.
And then the one that goes from 1, 0. You roll both of those.
What was that last part? The one that goes from 10s up to 100. Yeah, that. And what was the other one?
And the other one that goes from 1 to 10.
Okay.
You roll both of those.
Okay. I think
But no, you've been doing it just fine. You've been doing it just fine.
I've just been rolling the 10 one.
Ah.
Okay, this will be more exact, I would say. I've got a 16.
16. You summon out. You cast the spell. You use your summon monster, and you see some kind of a bat appear. Some kind of a desert bat, and it lunges out at those guys. So it's flying toward them as they're all getting ready and prepared to attack. So, both of you all of you roll a d6 and see who gets the first move. This is for initiative.
5.
5.
All right, you guys will have the first attack.
Excellent.
So your bat goes on top of them. Scores a critical hit.
Cool.
Your bat just goes in there, scores a crit right on freaking gravel. Right on skull plate. The bat, it really doesn't do much. It does a total of 6 damage to him.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, it just maxed out its freaking. It did a 3 on a 4. Wow, I'm amazed. So the bat does that. There's no attack of opportunity because it was a critical. So what do you do, Travis? Or Travis? Yeah, come on, I'm blanked out.
So we're up against 3 or 4.
There are 3 guys currently coming at you. 1 human, 1 dwarf, or no, 2 dwarves and 1 gnoll.
Okay, so
the
just 4.
Gnoll
Okay.
is a shaman of some kind. There's a dwarf with 2 axes, and then skull plate. The skull plate on his head. He has a very large shield and a big, huge axe.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the shaman.
All right. They all get the shaman actually stops a little ways away from you guys.
Okay, so it would take me longer to attack him then.
She's staying about 5 minimum of 5 yards away from you. So if you want to attack her, you're gonna have to charge her an attack, which also gives them a chance to hit you as you're charging.
Yeah, then I would just attack the human or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's no human. There's 2 dwarves.
Oh, okay.
There's skull plate, another dwarf, and then the gnoll.
Okay. I got it now. Then I'll attack the dwarf with the 2 axes.
All right, roll d20.
5.
You totally miss. You just straight up miss your attack.
Great.
All right, Todd, what do you want to do, Mr. Spankles?
I shall pull my rapier.
You pull out your rapier?
Yes. I'll go for an attack with that.
All right, you go for an attack with the rapier. Roll d20.
19.
Ooh.
19. That is a crit with the rapier, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So which one did you say you were attacking?
I think I'm going to join the bat on the main baddie.
All right, you take a stab straight at the main guy. You take a stab straight at skull plate. So go ahead and roll your d20. All right, roll d20. Roll your damage. Sorry, God.
My dice say 6.
6. All right, you deal 12 damage.
Oh.
That's a damn good shot. You stab it and it goes straight through the little gap in his armor and it goes right into his chest. Damn, that was a good stab.
Stabby stab.
That's going to be the only good stab of this fight. All right, well, since you're right in front of him, he takes a skull plate takes a swing at the bard. Ah, die, come back. And hits you, but it's a glancing blow. Barely does anything. Instead of taking the normal battle axe damage, you only take 2 damage. Just barely clips you. All right. The other dwarf with the 2 axes, he swings both of them at Spankles, since Spankles is the closest technically. Scores a critical hit. Takes a swing directly at Spankles with one of his dwarven battle axes. and deals a whopping 3 damage in total. God damn it, he rolled a 1 for damage. Times 2 plus his modifier. God damn it.
Damn.
Alright, the other axe he swung at you missed, however. And the gnoll casts a spell at the cleric. And it hits you. It casts a spell, it throws it directly at you, and you get hit with just with a minor shock spell. You have electrical surges flow through your body. And you take a total of... There it is right there. That's the one I wanted. You take 4 damage.
Okay.
4 electrical damage. Alright. That's their turn. It's your guys' turn. The Hellbat makes his attack. God damn it, your Hellbat hits again. Hits the main guy. Doesn't hit nearly as that hard. It wasn't a crit. It was almost a crit. But didn't. And deals 1 damage. Alright, your guys' turn. You have the shaman, you have skull plate, and then you have the other dwarf.
Okay. I'll attack the other dwarf again.
Alright, roll d20.
16.
16, that is a hit. And he's going to try to parry your attack since he can see it coming. God damn it, me stop dropping the die. And does not successfully parry your attack. So,
right.
Roll damage.
Damage. Where is it?
Which health are you at, Spankles?
Huh?
I think it's like I got 15 or something, right?
After the level up minus the attacks, I'm at 20.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Roll your d8.
5.
5. All right. You hit him. You do 5 damage. Nice job. Spankles, it's your turn. All right. It's your turn.
I'm going for another stab.
All right. Roll d20.
Stabby stab.
Are you still stabbing skull plate?
Yep. 5.
5. You miss.
Yeah.
All right. Skull plate makes his attack against the bard. Hits with a 17.
Damn.
Unless you're going to try to move or anything.
Drop down to the ground.
Roll d20.
15.
Unfortunately for you, he knew what you were going to do because you did it to the other dude that you killed. So he doesn't swing his axe like in an arc. He swings it straight down.
Oh.
So you get hit. You still get hit. I'm sorry. And you take 11 damage. You rolled a 10. Max damage you can on a dwarven war axe. You take 11 damage, Spankles.
Wow.
Damn. That hurt.
Yeah.
The other dwarf, he's currently fighting you, so he takes a swing at you, Crestbraid.
Okay.
And he misses.
All right.
With a 12. With 12 with his bonuses, yeah. With his bonuses is only 15. He missed.
All right. What about that shaman?
And the shaman is currently working on casting another spell, but they haven't casted it yet. It's making high-pitched yipping sounds, and it's waving its staff. It's waving the staff around and moving its hand back and forth. It looks like it's casting another spell, and you see green lights begin to appear around her.
Oh dear. Okay.
So it's your guys' turn again.
I'm actually thinking Summon Monster 1.
You're gonna cast Summon Monster as well?
Oh, you have that too?
Yes, Bards also got it.
Oh.
All right. Roll d100, see what you summon.
Please be something amazing. 18.
18.
Ooh.
You successfully cast just a regular rabbit. Just a jackal. Just a desert rabbit. That's literally it.
Oh.
And it lunges at
you
one.
did it on 18 out of 100. Okay. I thought it was like out of a D20.
It lunges directly for it. It hops directly for one of the guys, and the rabbit crit fails, and the guy just swings down, just chops the rabbit in half.
Oh, where's my Monty Python rabbit?
I'm sorry, you gotta roll 100 for that.
You will literally send the god-killing rabbit down for that.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Don't roll bad on it. Summon monster 1. You're gonna get shit.
you know what?
Travis,
I
did you
want-
already take your turn? Oh my god.
Can I just drop the shaman head I have been carrying on the ground?
You can, but there's no guarantee anything will happen.
Yeah, but it's still out there.
All right, go right ahead. You pull it out, you drop it on the ground, and the shaman looks at it, and it's too focused in casting its spell to really care. The other two guys look at it, and they just go, the dwarf with the 2 axes looks at it and goes, and he just says, "The fuck is this shit?" The other one goes, skull plate just goes, "Dinner!"
Dinner. Yes.
Travis, did you already take your turn for this round? I think you did.
Did I? I don't think I did.
Alright. Well,
Alright. I swing my battle axe at the other dwarf.
alright, roll d20.
Oh wait, actually I'll do it on skull plate. Skull plate has lower health, I think.
You don't know what they're
Yeah, I'm just assuming by 16.
16, with your +1, that is a hit.
All
Just
right.
barely. So go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8, that's a good solid hit. It's a solid hit. I mean, it hits him just hard enough to do some serious damage.
All right.
I mean, you crack right into his armor. It hurts like hell. He lets out a lash of pain. By the way, now that you guys are close enough, go ahead and roll a d20 real quick, both of you. I want to see if either of you notice it.
8.
5.
What was that, Travis?
8.
All right, neither of you see it still. All right, that's your guys' move. Your bat tries to attack, misses, finally. And the other guys are going to take their turn. So, the first dwarf takes a swing at the bat, hits the bat, kills the bat. The bat only has like 2 health. Skullplate takes a swing at... Skullplate takes a swing at Crest Braid. And with his bonuses, almost hits you. It hits your armor, but it doesn't do any damage.
Wait,
Alright.
he just lets me lay on the ground and just swings past me. All right.
Pretty much. He really didn't care. He
Well, I attacked him
smacked you-
last, so.
He smacked you in the fucking back with that, and he didn't really care. All right. And the shaman has taken their attack. They're finished casting the spell. And directs it directly at Spankles. So, it's an area of effect spell, so it's going to be emanating off of you, actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's not just a hurt this guy, it's a hurt everybody in the proximity.
Can I hug,
So, all
hug
of
the big
you...
daddy in front of me?
Oh, the spell hits you. It hits you directly on. And suddenly all of you need to make a save. Hold on 1 second. What's the save? All right, there it is. All of you guys need to make a doesn't really look like there's actually a save for it. Ah, there it is. Okay, all of you need to make a 42 save.
All things.
A 42 save. What is that? I mean, which die do we roll? Or
It's still a d20.
okay.
Full number is a 17. What's on the dice is 16.
I rolled a 10 with my 42. That'll be 13.
Okay. Bard, you successfully save against it. It was a difficulty check 15.
Yes.
Skullplate saves totally against it. He totally saves. He affects him still. The other guy doesn't either. So, Crestbraid and the other guy, you guys both suddenly just, as you're sitting there fighting, you both start to feel very tired, and your arms just start to drop, and your strength slowly wavers.
Is that a sleep spell I hear?
Yeah, it was a sleep spell.
Oh man.
He's through a sleep spell, area of effect sleep spell. So he's falling asleep slowly.
Looks like you're falling for an all.
Pretty much. You're just slowly falling downwards. The sky seems so heavy. Your armor is so heavy against you, and the ground just looks so soft and comfortable with all the sand. It would make a great pillow. And you guys, both of you, fall down onto the ground, and you both fall asleep for. I mean, you can try to wake up while you're underneath the spell, but one round you'll be asleep for your turn. That's it. All right, so it's your turn, Todd.
I'm gonna have to go for a stab again.
You and Skullplate are the only ones on your feet, and the Knoll is, but they just cast their spell, so they're not doing anything right now.
I stab.
All right, roll d20, roll the stab.
4.
You go to stab him, but he takes that giant shield he has, just puts it in front of him, and it just tinks off of his shield.
Can I just start praying now and see if a god will answer?
I'm sorry. The faithless get no response. All right, well, it's Skullplate's turn. Skullplate is going to hit the bard that's on the ground, unable to move, and successfully hits you. You take 6 damage.
Oh.
Are you like down to 3 HP there?
Yeah.
I think it's time to play Don't Hit the Gnome.
All right, well, that's his turn. He was the only one able to take a turn. The Knoll's casting another spell.
Don't hit the gnome.
It'll take a round for him to prime it, but this time, since the bard is the only one awake, you notice that he has blue lights emanating from this time, as you think he's prepping another lightning spell. So you are now waking up, Travis. You are now waking up, and you open up your eyes to see the gnome is now bleeding, and he's just playing out his lute and starting playing the song "Don't Hit the Gnome." You're pretty sure he's low on health. On a scale of 1 to 24, you give it about a 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What are you gonna do? You're waking up. Also, your back hurts because you just got hit with an axe.
Yeah. Wait, when did I get hit by?
No. Sorry, he got hit by an axe. Sorry.
I guess I'll just continue my attack on the other.
All right, you get up. You quickly grab your weapon. You look over the dude and you swing at him as you're getting back up on your feet. Roll d20.
8.
8. You swing at him clumsily. You're still tired, not able to get a good solid swing at it, so you miss. Bard, you're playing Don't Hit the Gnome, am I correct?
Yes.
All right, you're backing away from the dude. You're quickly backing away from the guy, and you're playing Don't Hit the Gnome, so go ahead. I need to roll to see if he makes a will save. Crits his will save. I'm sorry.
What?
He's still coming at you.
I'll pray to any god who would save me from this death.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to pray to any god who will save you from death?
I'll offer up my soul to any god who would be willing to save me.
Okay.
Even to the book.
Oddly enough, the book begins to burn as soon as you say that. You
Oh no!
A power emanating from the book, and what you see is a dark, evil, foreboding figure staring at you, and he says, "Really now?"
Please save me, I don't want to die. I still have a lot to screw.
Well, it would seem that you're in a position to offer nothing for me, really. And only for me to save your ass. The question is, what would you give me in return? You say your soul. I have plenty of those. I would desire something else.
Like what?
He says, not too far away from where you are, there is a mage near the Wizard's Island, the Wizard's Island as you know it as. On that island is an archbishop. He has a crystal ball. I want it. He says, you are going to recover this crystal ball. Find a way, any way possible. I don't care how you get it. I want it. And as soon as you take it, you are going to go to the small town of Volstick in the kingdom of Moldova. You're going to take it there. And you are going to give it to another mage there. And at which point he will send it to me. He says, it'll be a bit of a journey. He says, but if you accept that, there might be a certain someone who might find you to take you to the Wizard's Island. He says it may not be right now. You're far too weak to even deal with that. But I'd be more than happy to extend the offer towards you. He says you would also be marked with an endowment. He says this endowment will ensure that you do not betray me in any way. He says, in the event that you betray me or fail to fulfill the contract, it will kill you and automatically send your soul to me. It's your decision. You face me, or you face the dwarf in front of you.
You know what? I'm gonna face you.
Very well. He walks forward towards you, and his feet tremble and echo on the ground as he walks toward you. Hooves. He comes into the light, and you see a tall, 12-foot tall figure standing in front of you with hoof deer legs, red, blood red body, massive fists with iron cuffs going around it. He's got a hunched over back with several bone protruding spikes going across him. You see antlers spawning out of his head and a leather mask that covers his canine-like face.
9 out of 10, I'll screw this guy.
He goes, I am the Demon Lord Eltab, and you have just agreed to a contract with me. And he holds his hand out towards you. He just looks you in the eyes.
I'll shake his hand.
You shake his hand, and as soon as you do that, a surge of energy puffs out of your body, blasts the dwarf way away from you, actually throws him back about 15 yards. He rolls in the sand, and you are fully healed.
Yes.
However, you have a very strong burning sensation across your chest. Like a horrendous burning on your chest.
Wow. Dang, you just sold your soul to a demon.
You, as the cleric, you suddenly feel a huge surge of evil just emanates from Spankles. As you look at him and the surge of energy happens, your cleric sides just make your head just trembles with the amount of energy that just surged through him. And you see he is fully healed. And you notice something. You notice that both of his eyes are glowing red. Like his eyes don't have the normal color they did. The color in his eyes is just blood red.
Demon eyes.
They glow with demonic energy.
Wow. Okay.
Do I get little horns?
No, because your chest, your eyes, and something on your chest is what represents your deal. Also, to let you know, you will not be able to come into contact with any holy churches, because they are going to try to purge the fuck out of you. As a matter of fact, Travis, your training is almost telling you to purge the fuck out of him.
Now is not the time to do that.
No, it's not. No, it really is not the time to do that right now. By the way, the skull plate landed about 5 yards away from you, Travis.
Okay. About the
So?
other dwarf.
Yeah, it's currently your turn.
All right.
He took his turn.
Is there a fear factor for everyone?
Oh yeah, everyone's quite afraid of what happened. As a matter of fact, I rolled morale, and the shaman is not freaking out at all. As a matter of fact, the shaman seems quite happy about what just happened. He seems very happy about what happened. And as he sees all this happen, he puts the staff into the ground. He swings his hands around, and you just see him vanish in a puff of red smoke.
Okay.
And you hear Trollplay go, "That fucking dog! I knew he would fucking do this shit!"
Oh.
And he gets back up onto his feet, mad. You still have that other dwarf in front of you right now, Travis.
All right. I'll attack that.
All right, roll d20.
14.
14. That is a hit with your bonus, so roll damage.
3.
3. All right. All right. Well, it's his turn now. The dwarf right in front of you takes a swing at you. Hits with his offhand weapon, the secondary weapon that he has. He hits you and deals out 5 damage.
Okay.
And Skullplate is currently charging at the gnome because he's really pissed off about what the hell just happened. You see him go into a barbarian rage, and he's moving quite a lot faster at you now. And he's just screaming all kinds of stuff in Dwarven. You can't understand it, but finally what you just finally hear is something about your skull and a codpiece. So, yeah, he's charging at you right now. Todd.
Yeah, crossbow.
All right, roll d20.
That is a 12.
A 12. With your bonuses right now, you hit him, but it doesn't really do anything. It gets stuck in his armor.
I'm going to point out he's in a barbarian rage.
He's in a barbarian rage, which gives him a small bonus to his armor class as well.
Mm.
So it hits his armor. It's just stuck in his armor. It doesn't even hurt him. All right, Travis, what are you gonna do? It's your turn.
I'm gonna swing again at the other dwarf.
All right, roll d20.
16.
That's a hit.
6 on damage.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good, actually. You cut into him. He gets sliced up pretty bad, and let me check his morale after all this bullshit that just happened. After all this bullshit, seeing all of his buddies die and whatever the hell happened over there, you get a good solid hit on him. It knocks him back, and he just throws both of his axes on the ground, just hurtles up into a ball, surrendering.
I give up.
After all of this,
you hear him go, "Fuck this shit! I don't want to fucking die because of some demon shit." I thought you said he was on the other side.
Perfect accent right there.
The point is making no sense right now. He's making absolutely no sense as he swings at you and scores a crit. And deals out 9 damage.
On the gnome.
You're a gnome. He scores a crit on you for 9 damage.
Wow.
So it's your turn right now.
I'm going to stab him.
Roll d20.
13.
13. With your current bonuses, you hit him, but it's a glancing blow. So roll your rapier's damage and then half it.
How do you have a 5?
It rounds up, so it's a 3.
All right.
All right, so you stab him. It doesn't really do anything. Travis, it's your turn, right?
I'll continue my attack.
You're standing 10 yards away from Skull Plate, and this dwarf just surrendered to you.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep attacking that dwarf.
Hold on. Are you gonna do that?
Because
I'll say don't do
That
that.
dwarf has just surrendered to you, and you being a cleric of a lawful god,
Okay.
you can attack him if you want to, but your god might say something about it because he's not going to be happy.
Okay. All right, then I'll just charge at the
All right.
skull plate.
Turn around and you charge at skull plate. This guy isn't going to go anywhere. He's on the ground. He's totally scared right now. You're pretty sure he pissed himself.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, you charge at skull plate, so you're going to get on top of him right about the time he's taking his attack at the gnome. Misses. So go ahead and take your turn, Travis. You're right behind him.
6. So I pretty much
You take a
miss.
swing. You take a swing at him, but he's moving forward, so you miss. Todd.
I'm gonna attempt to stab him once again.
All right, roll d20. Roll a stab him with the rapier. Acha!
A 4.
A 4. It misses. It hits his shield. Doesn't really do anything. He goes to attack you again with his axe. He does successfully hit, unless you're gonna try to dodge.
I'm gonna try to dodge. Yeah.
All right, roll d20.
Gonna do a jump back motion.
All right, roll d20.
15.
15. You jump away from him.
Oh.
You jump back away from him. Just All right, it's your turn, Travis.
Just cut my new knife. Don't kill me.
I'll swing at him again.
All right, roll.
2.
He lazily sling at him, just like, yeah, I got this. So I'm helping so much. Your bird flies off of your shoulder, feeling good. It's gonna try to hit him.
Did it heal up or something? Or is it still at 3 HP?
He's still at 3 HP, but he's gonna try to
Okay.
hit him. And with the bonus, that is a glancing blow, so it does half damage. But that is bringing down to there. He still has barbarian rage. And he takes a swing at the gnome again. The gnome is what's in front of him, so that's what he's going to hit. And scores a 18. That is a hit.
Shit.
Unless you want to try to dodge.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're taking 5 damage.
Oh, I'll try to dodge.
All right, roll d20.
15 again.
15. Unfortunately, you don't dodge out of the way, so he hits you. You take 5 damage. It's your turn again, Travis.
Okay, it's swing again.
All right, swing again.
15.
15. That is a hit with your bonus.
2.
2. Nice job. You cleave him into the back. It is enough to take him down.
Huh.
He had 1 health left. Even in his barbarian rage, you cleave him. You finally cut him into the back. Between all the bleeding he already has and all the other shit going on, you cut him in the back, and he just slows down and then just slowly slumps down and falls to the ground dead.
All right.
So you have
Good.
1 prisoner.
Do you think we should tie him up?
It's up to you. By the way, as you guys are sitting there, you're catching your breath real quick. You're looking at the guy die from the top of the hill. You hear someone go, "Woohoo! Yay!" You look up and you see Sabrina standing up there cheering you on. So she's happy for you guys.
Spanko, should we tie up this guy?
Yeah. I think we should.
All right, you walk over to him. He looks up at you and he goes like, "Oh God, please just don't kill me."
So we're gonna have to tie him up.
Oh God, I don't like where this is going.
Oh, gotta do it, because we don't want take any chances here.
I'm going to turn my back to him and actually go for the skull on the big guy's head.
You go for the skull of the big guy's head. It's a big troll skull. It would easily fit you as a helmet.
You know what? I might as well try it on for size.
You try it on. It's a little big, but you think with some extra padding, it would fit just fine.
This was what the dragon lady wanted, right?
This is the one she wanted, but she saw you guys kill her, or kill Skullplate. So she says, She yells at as you're picking it up, putting it on. She comes down to you and says, "You can keep the plate." She says, "But I would like to have it. It's up to you." She says, "I visibly did see you kill him, so the bounty is technically complete."
I'll hand it to her.
All right, you hand it to her, and she says, "In exchange for that, you're free to loot the camp."
All right. So.
All right.
And she
Okay.
reaches into her coffer next to her, the little pouch she has, and she hands you a pouch, and that clinks into your hand.
Yay, money.
250 gold.
Well, let's put that in the bank.
She says, "And you have my great gratitude." She says, "You have ridded this area of a big menace." By the way, she says, "Would you like some healing?"
I would. And
I would love some
so yeah, we
healing.
both would. Yeah. And my
She reaches,
eagle too.
she reaches down on the other side of her, and she pulls out another pouch, and she opens it up. She pulls out a vial, puts some of this a powder into this vial, swirls it around, dips it into different cups, and then hands one to each of you. And she says, "Drink. It's just a healing up. It's a healing paulus."
Okay.
Yay.
She says, "I'm an alchemist as well as a jeweler. I'm a sorcerer."
Intriguing. So, how much is?
You guys drank it all, and
Yeah.
each of you are healed for a 1d10 of health. Reroll on a 1.
Alright, he's up 6 damage.
Luckily, you guys aren't going to die today. And she says, "Well, I see you have one of the dwarves prisoner." She says, "I can escort him back to the camels and take him back as soon as we're ready to head back."
Alright.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to cause any problems, will he?
Yeah.
The dwarf was like, "Nope, I'm not going to cause problems. Don't worry." Nope.
I look at the dwarf smiling.
I don't like the way the bard is looking at me. Sabrina looks
Yeah.
at you and just goes, "Please don't. I'd rather not clean up afterwards."
Anyway, I say, yeah, please take this guy back.
She says, I'll take him back as soon as we're ready to go." She says, "You might want to go look in the camp and loot the bodies."
Yeah.
Loot the room.
All right. Well, you take a look at the bodies here. Between everyone who is here, you find a set of leather armor, just regular leather armor. You find 2 sets of chainmail, and then the armor that he was wearing, which actually is a special armor. Hold on, there it is. All right, you look at the armor he was wearing, crouch down to take a good look at it, and you notice that the damage you did to it, it's a scale mail armor, and the damage you did to it, you notice that the damage is very slowly actually healing itself on the armor. The sorceress recognizes this and says, "Huh, his armor is enchanted with mending."
Hmm.
He goes, "Well, essentially mending, what it does is the armor can slowly repair itself. Very, very slowly, but it will repair itself if it takes damage."
Yeah, I think we'll take that.
She says you're free to take whatever you find on the
Yeah.
bodies. So yeah, it is a regular. It is actually a +1 scale mail, so it gives 1 extra armor. So if you want to wear it, Travis, you would have the same armor rating you do currently, and you would also have the mending. Your armor would be able to repair itself slowly.
Yeah, I'll put that on then.
All right.
Bless you.
Your armor, as long as it's not severed majorly, will be able to repair itself. So in other words, as long as like a sleeve doesn't get cut off or half the armor gets sliced off or anything like that, it will repair itself most of the way.
All right.
So yeah, that's what that is. It's just an armor with mending enchantment. Of course, he does have. There are 3 dwarven battle axes in total. 3 dwarven battle axes that are lying on the ground. Between everybody that's here that you defeated, there is a grand total of 85 gold coins. There was 6 people,
Bless you.
minus the shaman who disappeared.
Yeah.
You also find 1 short sword, 2 daggers, and a great crossbow. Which is just a very big crossbow is all it really is.
I think I'll take a big crossbow too.
You take the big crossbow. It's a big crossbow. I'll tell you what it does in a bit. And between all this, you also find one round shield, as well as the shield that skull plate, which is a tower shield, as a matter of fact. It's a dwarven tower shield.
Okay.
And that's what you find on the body. It's nothing else besides that.
Let's see.
Well, you also find some bits, a few bits of jewelry. You find 3 rings and 2 necklaces.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to go look at go look at their camp or anything?
Yeah, I want.
All right. You guys start heading down to the camp. Get to the premise of it, and both of you guys roll a d20.
So I'm able to. Oh, 6. I still don't see it.
14.
14. You see it this time, Spankles. As you guys get close to the little camp that they had set up here, you remember and you spot the trap that's here.
Oh yeah.
You take a look at it, and you see that is a very, very fine line of wire. There's only one, but it's about at waist height. So in your case, it's about head height. So it's a very fine line of wire. So fine you could barely see it. The only reason why your eagle could see it is because eagle vision. And he saw something glimmer on the outside, all the way around the camp.
Okay.
So you're currently standing right there. You're currently standing in front of this tripwire that's around the camp. You guys just want to go under it?
Or over
cut
it.
the wire.
You mean? Wait, you want to cut it?
Yeah.
You want to cut the wire?
Yep.
Okay, roll d20.
I want to be standing away from it.
You back the fuck away.
Well, Spankles does this.
17.
Alright, you cut the wire, and actually it was a DC of 15, so you do actually, despite not having any skill in the disable trap, you do successfully disable the trap.
All
Somehow, under just dumbass chance, you figure out how to disable it. It was just a, from what you can tell, as you guys
disabled device, I got 2 added to
Okay. Well, as you guys walk in, okay then. Well, as you walk into the camp, you take a look around. You notice that wire was hooked up to a series of bells and alarms. That's all it was. It was just an alarm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally just an alarm. So you guys are now standing in the little camp that they had set up. There are 3 sandstone buildings as well as 2 horses.
Okay. Well, let's look in building number 1.
All right. The 2 buildings that are here, there is a very big one and a bit of a smaller one. Again, they're all made of sandstone. The bigger one has 2 stories to it, and the smaller one is only 1 story. However, though, you do notice that there is the doors for a cellar.
Okay. I think we can go investigate that.
All right. You walk into the first building. You take a look around, and it seems to be more of a living quarters, honestly. There are a total of 4 beds that are set up in here. And each of these beds, they have just some mementos that belong to the people, bits and pieces of clothing. There is a single, what looks like a journal of some kind that sits in here, as well as basic grooming kit, a couple cans that look like they've been using as shit buckets, chamber pots, basically. There's some cooking supplies in here. There's little bits and pieces of some food laying around, not really too much. So nothing really super special from what you can see.
Okay. Well, I guess we go out and get out of that cellar and we look into the next building, right?
You go ahead, you go take a look at the next building, and this is the one that he came out of, that skull plate and the knoll came out of.
Alright.
You walk into this building. As soon as you walk in, the first level is, again, it's a living quarters, except this one seems more like like a living room and a kitchen. There's kitchen utensils, there's food in here, there's bits and pieces of scrap of different things, silverware. There's actually a very fine carpet that's sitting on the ground, a very fine rug. Very nice rug. There's a couple paintings in here that sit on the walls, all probably stolen, and then the stairs that go upstairs.
Okay, I guess I'll go up the stairs then.
All right, you go ahead and go upstairs. It's a one room up here, and there is you notice that there is a single bed that sits up here, and on this bed is the very distinct smell of dwarf and knoll.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh yeah. You see fur all over this bed. Bits and pieces of fur all over this bed.
Yeah, I quickly back out of that room.
You back out of that room. However, though, roll d20 real quick.
5.
All right, you don't see anything that really catches your eye. However, though, Todd, since you are still up there, there is a chest that sits at the foot of the bed.
I want to go open the chest.
All right, you walk over to the chest. You try to open it. It's locked.
How big is the chest? Is it kind of large?
It's a pretty good sized chest. I mean, it's a human sized chest. I mean, like you know, like a travel chest. Kind of looks like a travel. Looks like a travel chest.
You know what? I'm gonna take it with me.
You're just gonna pick it up and take it with you? Well, it's way too heavy for you to pick up.
I can drag it.
You can drag it, but it's gonna be really difficult in the sand. I mean, you're gonna be moving like almost like you could probably move faster if you started crawling.
What? I'm gonna look around the room for the key.
All right, well, roll a d20.
17.
17. With your spot bonus or your search bonus, you take a look around, and what you notice is that behind one of the paintings, there's a very, very, very small wire of some off of it. You walk over to it, you move the painting out of the way, and the key plops down and just hangs from this wire.
Huh.
I'm gonna take the key.
All right. You take the key, and as soon as you take the key, roll a d20.
6.
You don't notice it. However, though, Travis, since you're the one standing away from it, you see this happen. As that happens, you hear a grumbling of some kind of a rubbing of metal, and immediately, Travis, you see a giant metal spike just shoot down from the ceiling at Spinkles, and it stops, literally right at his head level.
Oh,
if you were not a gnome, you would have taken a critical hit from this.
Wow.
Lucky son of a bitch. So yeah, the little skull plate the skull plate that you're currently wearing, the troll helmet, it just kind of goes tink on top of the helmet. You look up, you see a giant metal spike sticking right at your face.
You see me?
Someone's very happy to see you. Only the difference is they came up short.
Wow.
So you take the key, you break it off the wire, you head over to the chest, you unlock it, you open it up. Inside of this chest, you find a couple of weapons that are actually wrapped up in a fine cloth. A very fine cloth, a few weapons. You open these up, and there is a very finely made rapier in here. One of them is a very finely made rapier. It's got a very nice handguard on it. It seems that the handguard has some gold encrustment on it. As well as you look at the blade, you notice that there is a single line, about 3 words or about 3 letters long of a rune actually written on the blade.
I will be taking that as mine.
You take it. The other thing that you find in there is a longsword, a regular longsword, and this one again, it's very finely made, and it has the same thing. It has a very nice cross guard, a little bit of a golden crest on it, and there's one set of runes that sit on the blade. And at the bottom of this all, you find some other bits of cloth, some regular, very nice clothing, very nicely made clothing. There's a folded up handkerchief of some kind with a note written on it that you can't read. It's not in a language you recognize.
Okay, I'll be taking all of that.
Okay.
Like the fine
And the
clothings and
last thing,
everything.
the last thing that's in here is a shield, a very nicely made shield.
Look at the cleric. You want to carry the shield?
It's a very nice
Yeah,
shield.
I'll carry that. Yeah.
You don't know what the shield is, but you being a cleric, you can sense some kind of a holy energy emanating off of the shield.
Oh, nice.
You think it might have been a shield that belonged to probably a cleric or a paladin of a god. So it probably has some kind of an enchantment against evil on it.
All right. Yeah, we'll just take all that.
You take all this stuff, bring it back outside. So Dharma follows you guys. You head back to the camels.
Oh, wait,
I mean,
isn't there a third building?
Nope, there was just 2.
Oh, okay.
Let's grab their horses as well.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take the horses with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you walk over there, you unring the horses, and you start to pull them away from all this. I mean, they follow you because they were stolen anyway. They didn't obey skull plate at all. So you take all this back up the hill, you drag it back, you put it on your backs. The Burke helps you guys carry a little bit. Well, pretty much you just put them on the horses. Honestly, you ride the horses back.
I also got my camel.
You have your camel. I mean, you ride your horses back to your camels.
Yeah.
So you take these horses, you ride them back to the camels, you swap over to your normal mounts, you tie them all up, and you guys start to head back to town. So, let's see if anything happens along the way back. Nope, nothing happens along the way back. Nighttime is rolling in. As you arrive back in the town, you can see the distant glow of the town of Soltal. You ride up to it. Most of the shops are closed right now. The only thing that's open is the tavern at the moment and the brothel. Everyone's gone home for the night. There is the tavern and the brothel are the only things open at the moment.
I think we need to go to the tavern.
Do you want to go to the tavern?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys walk into the tavern with Sabrina, and the tavern keeper sees you again, and he said he welcomes you back. He says he's about to head off for the night, so the other person's going to come take over, and he wishes you good night. This other person comes walking in, heads up to there, and he looks at you. He is actually an ogre, or not? Yeah, an ogre. So he's pretty damn big, and he puts his hands up on the counter, and he just goes, "What do you want?"
Wait, so what time is it right now? Is it it's like nighttime?
It's about 8 o'clock. It's about 8 o'clock. It's about 8 o'clock at night.
And this is at the same time we'll go. Let's get a drink and then do a tavern crawl.
Oh, that's what the ogre asks you. He says, "What do you want?" Barely speaks English.
And cleric, since you are right now the bank character, you could be the one and saying we can have a drink.
Drinks are on me tonight.
Yay!
The guy goes, what drink? Drink? What drink?
The special one.
Yeah, let's have some of the special some of the drinks we had before. I don't know the name of it.
Okay. And he turns around here at the bar and he starts mixing some stuff around, and then after a little bit he slams these on the counter in front of you and just goes, "Here you go."
Why, thank you, good sir.
And he walks off to go do some other stuff. Pretty much just pulls out some kind of a book, and you see the letters on it, and they're like really big, like super big letters, and there's like 2 words on each page, and he's like, trying to figure out how to read these. He's not really doing that good. And it's up to you. If you guys want to try that, you can.
Wait, so what is he trying to read? Is it like the
He's trying to
recipe
read-
for the
He's
drink?
you look at it, and he's from what you can see on the side, it is basically just a children's book teaching him how to do basic greetings. He can barely read this, like absolutely barely. As a matter of fact, you're pretty sure a newborn would have an easier time reading this than him.
Cleric, you should go help him.
Oh yeah. I'll go. I'll go to him and.
All right. You look at him. He looks back at you and goes like, "Hot, hot." Little bit of drool comes down the side of his mouth as he speaks. What?
Oh, hold on
What?
a little bit. Hold on. Hold on.
And this is the adventure. We kill people and then we hope some dude to read.
This is what heroes do.
Other than the bard, who's now secretly a villain.
Like I said,
Okay.
anyone who has any kind of a holy knowledge and anything demonic, holy, they will know what's up with you. Be careful who you're near, because some of them may want to feed off of you. Some may want to help nurture what you have. Some may try to kill you. Some may try to purge you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. We might get into some unnecessary fights.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I should go visit our old female gnoll friend.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Well, you're going to have to go track her down, because she went with one of the mages that lived here, one of the gnoll mages.
Or I can wait until the morning and ask people around town if they've seen her.
Okay.
Alright, so we are going to that place where we left the female gnoll from Quest Zero, right?
You gave her into service of one of the mages here. You do not know where he lives here in town.
Okay.
So you would have to ask around. But currently, as it sits, I believe you were going to go talk to the ogre.
Yeah, you're going.
Okay.
So
I guess I'll just I'll go up to the ogre then.
That's what he did. He turned around, he looked at you. There was a little bit of drool hanging from his mouth, and he goes, "What?"
So, I guess I'll just I'll ask him. Well, what you reading there or trying to read there?
I learn speak.
Well, I guess I can see that. You're trying to learn how to greet in common English.
Yeah. It said, hello.
To me, he sounds like he's doing it perfectly.
Me, nem is grunt.
Grunt.
A pleasure to meet you, Grunt.
Yeah.
Bar. He's flipping through the pages of his book trying to figure out what the hell to say next because he does not know. But this book literally is like 4 pages long, so he doesn't find anything. He's just like literally flipping the pages back and forth like,
What? This is where the bard walks over and goes, "How is your day?"
You recognize those words. He looks at you and goes, hello?
Oh, I know Orcish.
You know Orcish?
Yeah.
I mean, this ogre could speak Orcish. Hold on.
Oh, it's an ogre. Oh, okay, not
It's an
orc.
ogre, not an orc. It's an
okay.
ogre.
Oh, alright. Well, I'm out of luck there.
Hold on. Let's see.
An adventure that goes like this.
I know. dang it, I just had the thing up I was looking at. There it is. They speak...
They speak Orcanese.
Orcanese, yes. He can speak Orcish as a bonus language, so hold on. Yeah, he actually speaks Orcish.
Man, well, the gnome can also
As a
speak
matter of
Orcish.
fact, Orcish is his native language. So you want to speak? Who knows Orcish?
I do.
Oh no, I do.
Oh well. As you're sitting there, you both think to yourself for a minute, and you say something in Orcish, and the guy looks at you and goes like, "Oh my God, you speak my language."
Oh.
He goes like, "Yes, yes, please speak to me like this. For the love of God, speak to me like this." He goes, "Sorry. Hello, how are you?"
Everything's good.
Says, "I'd imagine so. You look like you just got done with combat of some kind."
Oh yeah, well, we did. We just dealt with a high-ranking bandit. So.
He says, "High-ranking bandit." He says, "Which one? Skull plate?"
Yep.
Yep.
That's the
He
one.
says, "Wow, congratulations for you, man. Congratulations for you. It's a nice little menace that you guys took care of that's no longer here. Kept robbing some of the caravans that was delivering drinks to us. So, hey, you know what? Fuck it. Those drinks are free for you tonight."
All right. My friend here is wearing this his skull.
Yes, I can see that. I guess that makes you skull plate now. What'd you guys end up doing with the corpse? Cooked it and roasted it?
We just left it to rot.
Psh, waste of good meat.
I know, right? I got this cleric following me around, telling me no, I can't eat the dead.
I know. This is why I don't travel with them religious high piety types. Less food. No, Grunt, don't eat the humans. They're not very tasty. That's a bad thing to do. You shouldn't do that, Grunt. I'm like, bitch, I just want a fucking meal, okay? I'm big. I'm hungry. I want things.
We gotta stay civilized here. We can't become filthy savages.
I'm an ogre. I pretty much am a savage, and I'm hungry. I get hungry, okay?
So do I.
A nibble. Just a nibble. Just a little bit. The more face, the better. It's not that hard to ask for sometimes. He says, "Sorry." He says, "My name is Grunt. I'm the nighttime tavern keep here. They hire me on because I'm big and scary."
Yeah, I can see that, but judging by your size.
Yes. He says, "Anyway," he says, "thank you for taking care of the bandit. He says, "We do appreciate that here." He says, "You should let them, he says, "Whoever you gave the bounty to, you should let them know about it if you haven't yet."
Which we have, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Problem solved.
Mr. Grunt, you're gonna need to work on your English.
He says, "I'm working on it, okay?" He says, "Not everyone speaks Orcish. There's very few people that speak Orcish, especially with the war going on right now."
You may want to have someone else, have someone help you, teach you common.
Would you teach me it, since you know how to speak Orcish already?
I have other things on my plate right now. I'm sorry.
He says, "Well, if you can find someone who can speak Orcish and common as well, fluently, please ask them to come to Solto and help the ogre out. I would appreciate it."
Yes. I'll keep that in mind.
It hurts my brain trying to speak to people sometimes.
All right. Well,
He says, "Anyway," he says, "like I said, drinks are free tonight. You guys need food, a place to stay for the night, anything like that?"
Sure. Yeah.
He says, "Very well. He says, I can get you suited up with that."
All right. So would that be it right there?
He says, "Yeah." He says, "Well,
okay."
He gives you guys a key to a room, and he doesn't worry about a tab tonight for you guys on your drinks. If you want food, you'll have to pay for it, though.
Oh, we have stuff of our own, right?
Yeah, you guys still have stuff of your own. Well, You guys sit down, you enjoy your drinks. There's not really anyone in the tavern right now. It's pretty empty at the moment. It's nighttime. Occasionally someone comes in, gets a drink, and leaves.
Okay.
I just watch everyone that comes in and leaves.
You see different people. I mean, you see humans come in, you see fair-skinned people, you see occasionally one or two kobolds come in, get a small drink, take it back out in their tiny little lizard hands. They walk out. There is a dwarf that comes through. They get a drink. The dwarf that was that adventuring party comes through. You guys sit there for a while, and you see eventually one person does catch your eye that walks in, Todd. You see what looks like a woman wearing dark hooded robes walk in up to the tavern. She speaks to him. She gets a drink, takes it, and goes and sits down on the far end of the tavern. She's wearing very
You'll get him
dark,
spankles.
very dark hooded robes.
Very mysterious.
Absolutely.
I do believe I will wish to offer conversation. This lasts.
You get up, you walk over to her, and as soon as she sees you, she tells you to go away.
Kind of rude for an evening like this.
She says, "I'm not in a mood for talking right now. Please go away. This is your last warning."
Anything I could do to lighten it up for you, other than probably getting stabbed?
She looks at you for a brief moment, and she looks directly into your eyes. Roll a d20 for a will save.
Woohoo! My favorite stuff is going on.
What'd you roll?
It fell into my hat, so I rolled a 18 plus a 3.
18 plus a 3. That is a successful save. You see a very brief blue flash of light in her eyes as you look at her, and you just blink it away. And she just goes, "Oh, shit." And she just kind of shyly looks back down at the table and just covers her face and just takes a drink from her drink.
Oh, dang.
By the way,
She's
you
shy
notice, you roll d20 again real quick, see if you notice it.
14.
14. You notice that the drink that she has is like blood red in color.
Oh. And you had some wine or something, or the like?
Something like that.
I want to know what it is.
You look directly at the drink. You hear the whispering of L-Tab in your head going, "Drink it. Do it. Do it."
Does it taste good?
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order some off the bar.
Do you go to the bar and you order what she has, or do you reach over and take her drink?
I'll go up to the bar and order what she's getting.
The barkeep looks at you and he says in Orca, she goes, "Are you sure about that?"
You see, I have that little voice in my head going, "Do it!"
He says, "Okay, well, I guess if you're into that." Well, he turns around, he fills a drink up, hands it to you. It's blood red in color. And he just goes, like, "You people are weird."
I'm going to drink it.
All right, you drank it. Roll a d20 for your fortitude.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right, you completely resist it. You drink it. You recognize it is blood red because it is blood.
Oh dear. So she's like a
And
shy vampire or something.
you look back over there and you see she's not even there anymore.
Fine.
Yeah, she's just not there anymore.
Like they're there, or I mean, like not present.
She's not there. She wasn't sitting. She's not sitting over there anymore. She's just gone.
Huh.
The cup as well as the gold pieces, all that's sitting on the table now.
I wonder who she was.
You don't know. Roll d20. Both of you.
8.
13.
13. Well, she's gone. You don't know where she went.
Interesting.
The barkeep says, I don't know enough about her. She comes in every once in a while, orders a cup of blood, and leaves afterwards. Vampire, if I was to be guessing. He says, I'd report it to the town guard, he says, but she just comes and disappears so fast, and she never comes at a reliable time, and no guard wants to just sit around in a tavern all day and do nothing. So I just let it slide and say, fuck it.
As long as she's not doing any harm to anyone.
As far as I know, she's not. I don't know anything about her.
Then there's no worry about if she's drinking blood from.
He says, I don't ask where the comes from, and I don't want to know where it comes from. He says, but whatever you're thinking, it's probably not going to end well.
Since I'm a bard, I'm most likely thinking a lot of things.
You probably are. I know how you bards are.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to try to find her. I probably won't join in that, but I'll allow you do that.
It'll be hard to find someone who does not wish to be found.
Yeah, especially with the vampire nature.
But you know what? I'm the curious type. I'm going to go wandering at night.
All right, you're going to go wandering in the middle of the night. So roll a d20 as you wander around aimlessly.
13.
13. You wander around for about 20-25 minutes, but you don't find anyone. It's just empty. You see a town guard occasionally, but that's about it. I mean, it's about 9:20 at night right now. 9:20 at night in the medieval age. Everyone's asleep right now.
You know what? No vampire can resist one thing.
What?
Queen of the Dam, Forsaken Song.
Roll d20.
Natural 20.
Oh.
You play it. You play it as perfectly as you possibly can. And as you're sitting there playing it, you see the figure appear before you in the shadows. Like, she doesn't appear like out of the shadows of the sun. She like slowly fades into view, like bits and pieces of her slowly as her invisibility spell wears off.
Ah.
And she just looks at you with her crossed arms. And she said, "Interesting." She says, "It's been a long time since I've heard someone play that so perfectly." She says, "What do you want?"
To know your name.
It's not important.
Well, I must say the drink was interesting.
Yes, you would imagine it's blood. What else would you expect?
Well, I didn't expect a beautiful young lady like you who to be drinking blood.
I'm a vampire, as you can tell.
After I found out you drink blood, yeah.
Yeah, I do. What do you want?
Someone to talk to.
You have your friend back in the tavern.
Clerics aren't fun to talk to.
No, and most of them want to drive a stake through my heart. Anyway, I mean, that's what happened to my father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And after what happened today, I'm expecting to have a lot of enemies with clerics.
I don't know what you would mean by that, so.
I guess you would mention what you did.
Actually, I want to know if my eyes are still red.
Oh yeah, You asked that, and she says yes. Your eyes are flaming red, as a matter of fact. You might want to have that checked out.
Are you gonna mention to her what you did?
I'm just gonna say I made a agreement with a being that will leave unnamed for the time being.
She gets closer to you. You can actually see her face now. You can actually see her face now. She has a calmliness of 18, so she's pretty damn good looking for a vampire.
She's one off from me, but still.
Aw.
She's one off from me, but still.
Yeah, so she gets closer to you. She looks at you a little bit, looks you up and down. Well, looks you down. She, as you look at her, you notice that her fangs are far too big to be a regular vampire. And as you study her a bit more, you notice that she's actually an orcish vampire.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And she tries to figure out exactly what it is. And after a while, she says, "You made a pact with a demon lord, didn't you?"
Kind of.
She says, "You haven't taken a look at that mark on your chest yet, have you?" She says, "I can feel that." She says, "I can feel that energy." He says, "You made a soul pact with a demon, didn't you?"
It could have involved.
You have to say, it got you out of a tight situation.
I understand that gnomes are very inquisitive, very wanting to learn things, but my god, you definitely have to be one of the dumbest ones I ever met. Especially with that god. Or especially with that demon. I don't know exactly which one it is, but he definitely feels powerful.
Well, I just have a question. Does the name L-Tab ring a bell to you in any way?
She goes like, "L-Tab," she says. "No, unfortunately I don't know that name."
Neither do I.
Yeah, she says, "Unfortunately, I'm not entirely aware of that name." She says, "But I know someone who might know, but they'll probably try to eat you."
What is it with people trying to eat the gnome or kill the gnome?
He's a vampire.
Does he suck good?
She just closes her eyes for a second and goes, "Bart, he will suck you dry."
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know anyone in the world who would be more willing to suck you dry.
So you're not like him on the want to attack the defenseless.
She says, "I tend to try not to attack people nearly as often, only those who bother me a lot." She says, "But currently as it sits, you seem to have a bigger problem than mine."
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, "It would very much indeed." She says, well, I did you good luck with that, I assume." She says, "You're definitely going to need something along that nature." She says, "I don't know exactly what the hell it was you made the pack about, but I'm sure it was worth it."
My life.
You were okay. She says, "You were going to die, so you made a pact with a demon lord to save your ass." Gnomes. Why are they always so stupid?
Hey, I have a lot of people to screw.
Well, she says, "If you must," she says, "my name is Nicole."
Ooh.
She says, "My father was a human, my mother was an orc."
But where does the vampire come from?
My father.
Okay.
He's not even over here.
Yeah, you're not even over there, but she says, my father was a human, my mother was an orc. My father was a vampire, however. So they became one, and then later made me into one. Why, I will never know. She says, currently as it sits, I have been seeking out a cure for vampirism.
If I find anything, I will let you know.
She says, that assumes if we cross paths again.
Things will try to kill me no matter what. You might run across me one day. Here, I would be carried around in the apartment when I'm dead.
She says, possibly. She says, anyway, she says, I bid you farewell. I have matters to attend to.
Well, you have a fair night.
Yep. And she disappears again, and she walks off.
I'm going to continue walk around on that night.
You continue walking around alone at night, and eventually a guard finds you and says, hey, what the hell are you doing?
I look at him and go, sleepwalking.
Well, you say sleepwalking. So he looks at you. He gets close to you. He goes, okay, I understand sleepwalking. He says, well, if you're going to be sleepwalking, you're going to go ahead and follow me real quick. He says, I'll take you somewhere where the sleepwalkers can go so they don't keep sleepwalking and cause cause trouble. Okay. He's taking you to the drunk tank.
You know what? I'm going to cast sleep on him.
All right. You cast sleep on him. He's got to see if he makes a will save and fails his will save with a 2. You cast sleep on him, and he just drops to the ground to sleep.
Do I have any alcohol left on me at any chance?
I don't know. Roll D100. By the way, Travis, you were just sitting in the tavern enjoying your drink.
I think I should.
You're having a little conversation with the ogre, and he's just telling you, pretty much. You guys are just talking is all that's happening right now.
That will be an 85.
85? Yeah, you do have still some drink on you.
I'm gonna pour it on him.
Just pour. Like, how do you pour it on him?
I'm gonna make it where it would seem that he's passed out drunk.
All right, roll a d20. See how well of a job you do, or a d100. Sorry. See how well of a job you do.
Uh, 76.
76. You do a pretty good job. You pour a little bit of alcohol down his chest section to make it seem like he threw up a couple times in his armor. So whoever finds him is definitely just going to assume he passed out drunk last night.
And then I'm going to book it back to the tavern.
And you head back to the tavern, and you see Crestbraid talking with Grunt at the moment. They're not really talking about anything super particular. He's just asking questions about what went down, your adventures, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's heard your name once or twice in the town, people talking. He says the harbor master mentioned Spankles very strongly.
Oh.
See, he seemed to have some kind of a glisten in his eyes as he spoke.
The harbor master.
Yeah, he had a glisten. Can't say it was in his eyes.
Anyway. So by the time you get back and all that, and you meet back up and sit back down and listen to the rest of the conversation, it's about 10 o'clock at night, and you're both getting tired.
Yeah.
Both pretty tired, so you guys want to call it a night?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and I asked Spankles if he found that mysterious woman. Like, what did he find while he was out there? Because, I mean, he was out there for the last 30 minutes or so, right?
Found a guard drunk on duty.
Oh, okay. You won't explain to my character your failure of your attempt to, I don't know what you were going to do with her, but...
No, he's just gonna say there was a guard drunk out on duty.
All right.
Well, you say that, and the ogre comments on that and says, "Yeah, that figures. It was probably Tom or Timmy."
I did not catch his name.
Probably Timmy.
Okay.
He describes a guard, and he looks like the guard you knocked out.
It could have been Timmy.
It's like it would make sense. Timmy has an alcohol problem. He says, I don't know. He's probably going to get fired off of this next violation if he's down on the ground drunk again.
Oh, great job. You just screwed his life, man.
Well, you guys leave the little area. Yeah, head up to your room. There are 2 beds in there. You guys climb in there and go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning.
All right.
You guys wake up the next morning, and you notice that on the nightstand next to your bed, actually, sorry, underneath the door, someone slid a note.
I'm gonna look at the note.
You take a look at the note, and this note has some kind of a seal on it. So you don't know the seal, but you open it up, and it seems that someone is asking for your aid in the town, in the castle Solto. Note, all the note says is, I request assistance from the people who are at Lotto Prison. I wish to speak with you. Go to Castle Solto, and I will find you. I know what you look like.
Am I able to read this note?
Yeah, it's written in common.
Oh, I mean,
both can read
Sprinkles had the note.
Yeah, I share the note.
Yeah. You share the note, and that's what it says. Someone wants to speak to you in Castle Solto.
I guess we'll talk to her, whoever, right?
Yep.
All right.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah.
All right. You guys are gonna start heading that direction. You guys are gonna head that direction today. And as you guys are getting prepped and set up and ready and all that, I'm going ahead and end the session here because I gotta get up early tomorrow morning and take care of some personal stuff.
All right.
And I gotta pack for a trip tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys did complete a quest. You guys got your kills plus the session. With all that added up, that equals 375 experience.
Okay.
Not too bad.
All right.
Too bad.
Equal.
Good little experience buff. Anyway, so
All
yeah,
right.
congratulations. You guys didn't die a terrible death, and you made a really dumb decision.
I did Spankles.
You did Spankles.
Yeah, I think that move will quite critically affect our future moves in this game.
Yeah, that could definitely affect your guys' future.
Oh, I'm going
Yeah.
to
That's pretty much gonna be like a life goal from now on from Spankles. Just try to reach the ends of the earth to get his soul back or whatever.
Currently, you still have possession of your soul. However,
really?
if you cheat or forfeit your contract,
Yeah.
you will be automatically executed by the mark on you.
So that's just basically his life goal right there.
His life goal is to get to the wizard's tower
His
and
life
find
quest.
this crystal ball that belongs to the archmage. That is what he requested of you.
You know the sleep spell is going to come in handy. Sleep.
It's a wizard. They got a very high willpower.
Fuck me.
Dear God.
Wow.
Well, I do know there's spells that could be used to steal objects if I need
There
it.
are spells to do that, but you'll have to either figure them out or find them. Or gain them through your level ups, if you can get it. Or, of course, you can always try to seduce your way through, but there may not be very good odds on that.
I don't know, I did pretty good at those last 2 times rolls.
I think you should be seducing more often than that. I mean, you could have done that with the vampire. I'm surprised you didn't try.
You could have just tried to use a seduce instead of a flirt.
You know, if I became a vampire, that probably would have gotten me killed.
There would have been even more things on your head that people would want to kill you for. Not just because you have a demonic mark upon you, but because you're a vampire now.
Later, if I run into her, I might just ask her to.
You're a bard, you're a vampire, and you have a demon mark on you. All the more reason to kill you. Especially that first one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I got a god who's, well, a demon lord who's now in charge of me in some way. I also have a god curse that I don't know anything
Yep.
about.
You don't know anything about it.
And I had the harbor master her in
Our
awe
master
of
has
me.
quite a thing for you right now.
Yes.
I mean, we could try to recruit him.
You could try to recruit him as a follower. At which point, basically, he'd just be a sex slave for you.
Again, it's all up to Spankles what he wants to do.
Spankles always needs one. Oh, and we also have the null chick who most likely would be happy to find out that the god that her people were trying to bring forth is controlling the gnome.
She would see it as an act of sweet vengeance.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at her and go, fuck this now?
And at which point she would just straight up use that hyena paw that she has and just smack you across the face and try to rip your crotch off.
You know what? That null head I have, I'm going to pull the flesh off of and just turn it into a cod piece.
It's kind of big. It's pretty damn big for you, and it's gonna hinder your movement if you wanted to do that.
It's not like I can turn anything else that would keep her off of it.
I mean, with the entirety of its skull, it's a canine skull, so it's a little bigger than a human skull.
I could just turn into a belt that the mouth just hangs open in at the crotch.
I mean, the skull is still 3 times the size of yours.
Eh. I have to find something smaller. Maybe kill Cobalt.
Oh, God. I mean, the only reason why this troll skull fits is because of the way it's cut open and the way the pad is on the inside. It's pretty damn big and bulky. I mean, your head is like almost 4 times as big as it should be with the skull, with this helmet on.
Probably need to give to some sort of craftsman.
I mean, it's pretty heavy, too. Like, your neck is starting to hurt while wearing it.
Oh, okay.
Might want to look into having it messed with so it's not as heavy on the gnome.
There's ways you could have it done.
I know. One of those is getting an enchanter to see if they can do some spells on it.
That is one thing you could try to do, but you have to find an enchanter, and that's going to be a very expensive enchantment. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
yeah.
It's time to close up here.
That was awesome. That went very well. Again, Spankles almost died again.
Oh my
You need to
God.
stop doing that. It's not good for your...
save myself.
It's not good for your health.
You're very lucky that you have me, man.
He's got luck. He's definitely got luck. He's a bard.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyhow, so when's the next time you guys are available?
I would have to say it would be a Friday or an entire weekend.
Alright. We'll have to see how that works. I have no idea next time I'm going to be available because I just got a new job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty much available. I mean, we can go. Yeah, like end of the week's weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah.
Well, we'll do what we can. I mean, in between, generally, we'll probably try to shoot for in between Friday and Sunday. It'll be one of those days.
All right.
So we'll see how it goes for this week or next week.
Okay.
So, anyhow, night, guys. 'Twas fun.
Night, Aaron.
Yeah.
Night, Todd.
Right. See you guys next time.
All right. See ya. Alright, now we'll close down this stream and start the after show.